Hello and welcome to episode 345 of the UK Steelers podcast. You're joined by me, Simon Winstanley, and I got two co-hosts here, two friends joining me here just a few days before the 2026 NFL draft. Unlike that horrible demon, Mark Hansen, who's currently wandering around Pittsburgh, not jealous at all. Ketz, Gav, how you doing, friends?
I'm not too bad. Yeah, excited for Mark. Sounds like it looks like he's having a good time with the photos he sent.
I'm only joking. I'm actually very happy for Mark, and it does seem like he's having a grand old time. I was enjoying the photos he was sending to us earlier today.
I didn't realize until like last week's show that this is his first time ever in Pittsburgh.
Right. Yes.
So he's done the whole, like, as you come out of the Fort Pitt tunnel and you just see the city in front of you. He's done the Heinz Museum today. Like, what a time to be alive for the man.
Yeah, very exciting. I hope everyone's following Mark's journey on Twitter at MeshNFL. He's posting many an update over there, as he also gives his opinions on the Steelers, not the Steelers, sorry, the Penguins going 0-2 down to the Flyers in the NHL playoffs. I'm sure Ketz has got opinions on that. Ketz, in 5 seconds or less.
UK Steelers podcast hosts in city equals losses, ?
Questions will have to be asked, and they will be, but not today, because today we have a very busy show. Well, do we have a busy show without Mark? I don't know. I'm going to say
less busy without Mark. It's always less busy. Less busy without Mark. Mark brings a certain busyness to the show, which is good. We like Mark's busyness.
People enjoying the fact we're live on YouTube on a Tuesday evening. Shout out Gary Thomas, and shout out Tom, who's in the chat as well.
Tom! And shout out Tom, one of our many patreon.com // That's a new one.
After a beer on a Friday, I would suggest.
Patreon.com / UK Steelers pod, as our beautiful Patreon producers have done. Jason Bowdler, Rob Ferguson, Teenage Mutant Ninja Dave Hart, Glenn Jones, Matt Audley, Steve Williams, Ian Ferrugia, Christian Robb, Thomas Fielding, Joe Pearson, Philip Williams, Laura Casey, our resident food correspondent, Christopher Anderson, Michael Coonahan, Paul Fielden, Tom, the obscenely handsome Lee Matthews, and the Aussie Storm, Galileo West.
Thanks to those wonderful producers.
Okay.
First complaint of the evening from Mr. Bowdler saying, hang on, where's Mark?
Yeah, I know. We lost without him, Jason. But where is he? Where is he exactly right now? Can we pinpoint his location? Can we dox him in real time?
He said he was having a beer, so I don't know which bar he's in. I'm sure he will tell us virtually in a few seconds by the joys of the internet. I'll be disappointed if it's not Redbeard's.
He's in a downtown watering hole.
He was Redbeard's earlier, wasn't he?
He was, yeah. So, good for Mac. Not jealous.
Look,
Aslin Brew Co.
Yeah, he's in the chat.
Yeah. So, what do we want to talk about? We're going to do a few mock drafts, right? But not in the traditional sense, because every talking head, every football talking head, does a mock draft right now. And personally, if you're like me and you just like, the people that you enjoy listening to talk, I relish it when these mock drafts pop up and it's someone that I enjoy listening to. But I appreciate that maybe some people are a little bit dried out of mock draft content. So I hope we can do a bit of a different twist to it today by approaching with a few different avenues, trying to see if we can use the mock draft. What do you call them?
Simulators.
Simulators, that's the word. The mock draft simulators, to try and see if we can simulate a few different scenarios, see what things would look like in the first and second round if things go a few different ways. We'll see what we can do with that. Before we get to that, and of course, I just want to quickly point people in the direction of the YouTube as well, of course, as I have done every week. But please keep checking out those YouTube cut-ups that Gav's done great work. I think, Gav, did you get every position group done?
No, I didn't hit every. I hit a few of the groups that people wanted to see. I put the poll out in the Facebook group to see what they're interested in. So I did the corners, and then I just finished off by doing all of the sort of top 33 prospects.
That was it. Yeah. Right, yeah. I was going to say, because it felt like there was every position group in there.
I tried to cover as many as I could, but then when I realised I was running out of time, I had to prioritise. And then when we've got the Steelers selections, I'll put those ones up with some video and stuff.
I think you've done a great job with those, you and Stephen, of course, with the graphics and...
they're good. They're good for a little short burst of information. If you want a quick sort of vibe of a player without doing loads of research, they're pretty useful for that.
Well, that's it. I think you've seen them improve actually this year, just as we've gone through the draft process and as you've got used to using the system. And like they've got snappier, they've got I think like more concise. We're getting the information out in like a quick snappy video that people can just like check in on Twitter or YouTube on the socials. So that's on the socials. You see that, Kets? That's
Indeed.
what the professionals say.
It's like we have a link tree or something.
All right, let's talk a little bit. There's not, as I say, we're in the quiet season here, but we're about to pop off with the draft. Obviously, 12 picks to be made over this coming weekend. But before all that, we had the first draft press conference ever with Mike McCarthy and Omar Khan. And I don't know if you watched it, Gav. You said you watched the end of it, Kets. I watched it today. I watch these every year. Mike Tomlin, and so they've always been kind of very similar, and I've been used to it. And not that there was a great deal different today, but it was just interesting to feel the dynamic change, right? Like I've always felt, like a softly cradled babe in the arms of Mike Tomlin, and now it feels like I've got kind of two gay dads that I don't really know what's going on. Well, it doesn't matter if they're gay or not. I don't know why they had to be gay dads.
I guess because
The
there's
point
two
is
of them. That's the thing.
Because there's two of them, right? Two asexual dads, Mike McCarthy and Omar Khan. And I just don't know how secure I feel, Kets.
It's a brave new world out there. It's 2026. Anything can happen.
I didn't think they gave that much away in the press conference, but there was one answer I thought that was, I don't know if you caught it, Kets. It was someone asked kind of a question about like slot wide receivers and what Mike McCarthy looks for in wide receivers. And he went on like an oddly detailed answer where he kind of was talking all about how he really values wide receivers that can kind of do anything and doesn't want people that are, cordoned off into just being considered slot guys or X guys or whatever, because he wants an offense where he can move these guys around to do whatever they need to do to maximize the QB. And it was kind of a strange response from a coach in a draft press conference, but I'd forgive Mike McCarthy that because he's new to the team and he's probably used to different things in different clubs, and God knows what was going on at the Cowboys. But I just thought it was interesting that it kind of, to me, suggested, well, not that we wouldn't expect that there's a lot of work going on with wide receivers. Obviously there is. There's a lot of work going on, I imagine, right now with every position. But it just twigged to me that like there was, it was fresh on his mind, like exactly the kind of thing that he was looking for. He was ready to kind of like go into that answer that didn't feel canned. It felt kind of natural. And only moments earlier, they'd been talking about having a really great visit with Mekhi Lemon, who, of course, is really more of a slot guy. So they also spoke a little bit about the top 30 visits and never drafting a guy in the first round who hadn't been on a top 30 visit, which Mekhi Lemon has been, but a guy like Omar Cooper hasn't. So, and if you go to Steelers Depot today, Alex Kozora has dropped his final mock draft, and he's got the Steelers taking Omar Cooper, and he's citing this as one of the reasons why. And I thought that was interesting because this was the exact question that pegged my ears up. The rest of the conference, to be honest, was a little bit blasé, but this question specifically, I thought was just like, I don't know, just ping something in my ear. So call it a hunch, maybe it's nothing. It really made me think that this could be locked into a wide receiver to make an offensive splash in the first round of this draft.
That means we need to get our 30 visits tracker up for our mock draft then, because there's no point discussing. They basically said that they're not going to take a guy in the first round that's not had a 30 visit.
Well, no. I'm almost saying the opposite because Omar Cooper hasn't had a top 30 visit.
Right.
But
nor has Concepcion.
However, those are both more guys that I would say fit what Mike McCarthy was speaking about in his over-elongated answer about versatility in wide receivers, much more than a guy like Mekhi Lemon or even...
Right, I see what you're saying. Okay.
So I just wonder if... And then, they had this weird discussion where someone brought up to them about you've never drafted anyone in the first round that wasn't on one of your top 30 visits, and, they put it back that was more coincidence than anything, and I don't know, just something about the whole thing smells off to me. And there's an Omar Cooper connection apparently with the wide receiver coach, right?
Yeah.
So potentially they've got this opportunity here where you don't need to bring him in for a top 30 visit and kind of use this, as a happy coincidence to sort of say, well, we haven't got interest in him. It's a bit of a smokescreen because they know he's a guy who might go in this kind of range in the 20s, right? So I don't know. I've just got a feeling. Omar Cooper might be a a target for the Steelers. Or maybe it is Mekhi Lemon, and maybe that was the smoke screen. Who knows?
It's all smoke. Yeah, it's heavy smoke season. You can't take anything as truth here. So,
And the thing is, from a coaching and GM perspective, yes, we've had Omar Khan drafts before, but we've never had a Mike McCarthy draft, so we don't know kind of what his thing like with Tomlin and Colbert. Almost 20 years before the pick was made, you knew who they were going for because they'd been to watch the birth, they'd been to watch the pro day, they'd been to watch the top 30 visit. They've got
might have seen the
gone and had 6 dinners with the guy. It's like we basically put out a press conference 3 weeks before going, we're going for this guy, and you knew what they were doing. Whereas like the Najee Harris pick, for example, there was no one in Pittsburgh that expected anything other than him to be the pick in that particular year. Whereas nowadays it's like everything's new. There's no like established trends or things that we're looking out for. So yes, they've had the top 30 visits, but we've also got interest in other guys, like you say, that from a wide receiver perspective, and he's talked about quarterbacks as well and hand size and physical size and whatever, and that probably means that they're not going to go with Pavia in the end. But how much of this is, as we say, is smokescreen and how much is real, or is this all just complete nonsense and we're going to trade up or trade back? I think there's so many different scenarios in this draft, and especially because there's probably, I think Connor Rogers said there was 17 first-round players or first-round kind of quality players in this draft. So if we're at 21, we're kind of on the outside looking in. So does that mean we've got to trade up, or are we saying that there's better value? Perhaps second round, we've got those 3 third-rounders to play with. So strategically, we could do anything. But also, I think Gary's right in terms of what he said in the chat: go big or go home. You're at home in front of your own fans, which is exactly right. So there's almost like a psychological pressure to go out there and do something a bit mental.
It's also like every mock draft I've done, the board at 21 feels kind of gross. Like it doesn't feel like there's a player I want to take. Like there's players there I like, but I want to take them later. So it feels to me like when I'm doing it, I want to either move up or move back just for the talent. Doesn't seem to. Do you feel the same that way? Like if you stick at 21, it's quite hard to go, oh, that's definitely the guy that I want to take here. Just with
you're in
this
that
draft.
middle ground.
Yeah, it just feels like the first round talent. It feels like you're out of the first round talent and you're into really sort of early round 2 talent at 20, just for the sort of round 1 pool that we've got there. Just the way it sort of falls apart, the blue chip talent. I think, I don't know, unless one of these guys like Vega does drop to us.
I just can't see that happening with the amount of talk that's on him at the moment. I think he's one of these guys that we're going to keep talking about all draft seasons as a guy who might fall to 21 and he's going to end up going like 9.
Yeah.
Because he's the guy that everybody likes.
In a normal year, in inverted commas, I think he could have fell to 21. But this year, nah, it's not going to happen.
Right.
There's certain premium talents where if you want them, you're going to have to go up and get them. But equally, Mark's been telling us this for weeks. It's going to cost you maybe peanuts to move up in this draft. And the fact we've got those 3 third-rounders, that gives us the leverage to move if we choose to.
And that's why, Kets, I had a strong feeling initially when I was looking into all this that it might be Mekhi Lemon that they were interested in moving up for because it might not cost that much. He's clearly a guy people seem to think might be going in the teens, that there's a few teams you can point at and go, yeah, he would fit there. So I thought maybe that would be the way to go, and then Mike McCarthy's answer, like I say, is kind of thrown me in the other direction. So I'm a little bit all over the place with it. But let me ask you this, because I thought this was interesting, just going off what you said, Kets. You're right. Every year it has felt with the Steelers like we know who the Steelers are going to take way in advance, or at least we have like this really good idea of like 1 or 2 guys that like are so obvious. Who would that be? Like, who's the guy this year that if we take them on Thursday and we show up next week to record, we're like, oh yeah, this was kind of the chalky pick. This is kind of what we expected. Would that be like a Ione even if we had to move up, or would that be one of the would that be maybe Omar Cooper? Would that be the chalky pick? I don't know. What would be the chalky pick?
That's what I mean. I don't think there is a chalky pick this year.
There is one.
No.
I think the chalky pick is best player available. Genuinely do. Like guard, tackle. I think the news about Brojo today, whether that's again smoke or not, I don't know. Whether that's actually we do have potentially serious problem with our left tackle here. Do we going to have to go and get a left tackle in the draft? If we get
Well, yeah, 'cause
Vega
that-
Ioane's only a guard. Is that what we need in this situation? Maybe not.
right. And that's exactly what I was going to say. Was I almost feel like the answer to that question is kind of just like whatever tackle falls, like be that Proctor, or if he's gone, then maybe Blake Miller, or whoever the next tackle is that you like. Maybe what's the kid called from Nigeria?
Well,
If they wanted a project.
the ones we've had in Markel Bell from Miami, Travis Burke from Memphis, and Spencer Fano from Utah.
Do you mean Ihenakor?
Yeah. I mean, I'm purely just looking at guys that are projected around that kind of end of round 1, early day 2 range. And I'm just sort of saying, like, if you were to look at kind of the reporting and what people are saying, as you say, Kets, about this Project Drone setback that Adam Schefter spoke about, it does feel like just the best tackle available to me would be the pick that we would show up next week and go, okay, right, the writing was on the wall there. I'm not surprised that that's the way that we went.
Yeah,
And
I guess I'd feel like that with any of the
yeah.
tackles, really, to be honest.
Yeah. And then if we go wide receiver, I don't know. It's not that I'd be surprised. It's that I'd be like, right, okay, they've sort of put the flag in the ground here that this is the way that they wanted to go, and I think they always wanted to go receiver.
Yeah.
I think with the tackles this year, like Mark's saying, Basontis might be firmly in play as well from the rumor mill, which wouldn't surprise me. He's kind of that 1B sort of tackle tier. But there is enough kind of project tackles lower down. And there's some really massive guys. Like there's the guy for Oregon, the really big tackle. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. But you've got some depth lower down. But are they going to want to go with that given the pass rushing talent that's in the AFC North? Potentially not. But yeah, they want to do something with receiver. They want to do something with the O-line. Yeah, I generally think it could go either way. And that's why I wanted to kind of play around with some of the potential scenarios today, just so we could kind of run through some of these and find out, okay, if we go tackle in the first or guard in the first, what's the receiving sort of board going to look like by the time we pick in the second? Or vice versa, if we go receiver in the first, what's the tackle guard sort of board going to look like in the second? Or is there any kind of safeties or corners or, anything that we think might be a position of need in that second, third round positions?
Should we hit that first then? Should we do that now? And then we'll do the mock draft, the full league mock draft later? Because we sort of, the discussions led us to what we'd sort of
Let's
segue into that. All right, let's do it. So let's do the first one on this, what's it called? Stick to the model. Let's go. All right, so what should we do? The first 4 rounds, right?
Do you want to do for this? Wait, so where do we have picks? Because we got the three third rounders. And then what have we got in the fourth?
4th round, we've got 1, 2, 1 and 1, 3, 5. Or we could just do 3 rounds if you'd rather. We'll just do 3 rounds.
I think three rounds is good because, I don't know if we're going to know enough of the 4th round guys. Otherwise, Mark will be shouting at us via the internet.
Okay,
that's
fine.
right. And we'll do a few of these to see the different scenarios.
Right. So in the first one, maybe later. Okay, we've hit our first stumbling block, which is what I thought might happen. So we'll go over to PFF and use their trusty one. All right, fine.
Stumbling block number 1.
Stumbling block 1. Right. Pick the team as the Steelers. Right, and then we'll use the PFF big board. No, let's use the consensus ranking.
Was the stumbling block that you hadn't created a free account in advance?
Yes. Well, I thought I had, but I didn't seem to be working before. So anyway, let's not worry about it. Let's move on. Okay, right. So I'm hitting start. Okay.
Famously, this of course happened when we had Trevor Sycamore live on the pod, who's literally like one of the most famous draft heads you could possibly get, and then my PFF didn't work.
Wow. Oh, I've done that wrong. Okay, go back. Leave. Brilliant. Great start. Okay.
It's a good job our audience know it's full of technical difficulties by now.
The sad part is I don't even have Mark here to sort of poke fun at by just pressing buttons.
Okay, now it's worked. Right. We're on the clock now. Here we go. So
we're on the clock.
We are on the clock.
20 picks just flew by. Ken.
They did. But Vega's gone, so that takes him out of the equation.
Okay.
And Proctor's gone, and Omar Cooper Jr. has gone, and Dylan Thielen has gone. So
this is not the if we trade up, what does it look like scenario? This is the you get 21 and stick with it.
You get 21, you stick with it. So we've got a safety, Emmanuel McNeil Warren. We've got a couple of tackles, Blake Miller, Caleb Lomu, Casey Concepcion, my guy Peter Woods that I'd be banging the table for. So which way should we go first in this first one? Should we go tackle first in this one?
I just wanted to point it out because I think it would be remiss not to mention it. If this scenario did occur and Kenyon Sadiq was there at 17, is there any question the Steelers think about that?
They'll think about it.
I mean, he's kind of a receiver, right? Like,
I guess. Yeah, I guess so.
I don't know. I think it would be a little bit unorthodox, but
Interestingly, there, Freeling has just gone at 17 to the Lions. Are they going to look at potentially trading up with the? Is that 16? Is that a Jets pick, or have they traded with the Colts? I'm trying to read very small writing on the screen.
that's the Jets. So they've got it from
From the Colts, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
So is there an
it's from the
option for
source,
us
from
to
the-
trade up to 16?
to
Essentially.
pick up
On the
like,
next, we could try on the next one, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm just trying to look at scenarios that might happen. Like if someone's traded up there for 16 with the Colts, then maybe that's something we could do relatively cheaply on draft night to get in front of the Lions, who might pick Monroe Freeling
Okay.
if we're looking at tackle.
All right, fine.
And then you've had Proctor go at 18 as well. So if you've got Lions and Vikings 17, 18, both going tackle, that's interesting from something to be aware of and keep an eye on draft night perspective.
Okay, we've got a lot of noise in the chat for taking Casey Concepcion. So should we just draft him with this draft and see what happens? Because he is there, and people are saying that's the pick. So let's do that, right?
Yeah, but just to pause, because I think this is where the interesting conversation is. If the board does fall like this, do you think the Steelers, if they were on the board, are they taking Casey Concepcion, or are they taking Blake Miller, or are they taking, Emmanuel McNeil-Warren even? I know safety.
This is the thing. We really don't know, do we? We've got no idea. It's so hard to predict this year.
Part of me thinks that I'm really 50-50 on whether they're going to be locked onto tackle or if that's all just a smokescreen.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like, given the Brojo news, that they'd be wise to.
Is it possible? Hear me out. I don't want to get tinfoil hat with everyone. Has Omar Khan pulled in a favour here? I'm just echoing a bit through you guys. I don't know why. Is it coming through your headphones? Maybe. Pull back. Pull back. I'm still echoing. Can you hear that? Help.
Hello.
Just keep going, Si.
Sorry, I struggle when I hear myself. What was? I've lost myself. What was I saying?
You were saying about whether they would definitely go for a tackle or not, or if is there a locked-in plan kind of thing.
Move on. I've forgotten what I was saying, and you've lost me with the. Yeah, stop echoing. Cease.
Cease and desist.
Has it ceased?
No, yeah, but it keeps coming back now and again.
Okay.
Tom Allen
I
says
think
it
your
wouldn't be a
headphones are
UKSP episode without a hiccup.
I know.
Yeah.
I just can't handle it any longer.
Yeah.
So-
I can't remain silent, Kurt.
No.
No, that's fine. So we've got Mark, Tom, Phil saying KC, Jason saying KC.
I think we should draft KC for the people here and see what happens next.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Okay.
I agree with what Phil Williams says, though. Gurmey in round 2 is tempting. I like Gurmey.
Okay, but he is on the board here. We've also got Rutledge. So as who was it? Was it Tom Allen saying go tackle then guard? That's on the option here. You've got Kalen Rutledge. You could do that. The big guard from Georgia Tech.
This is why I think I want to explore different scenarios. So if we go wide receiver first this time, I'd like us to go tackle first or guard first next time.
Yeah,
and see
exactly. Yeah, that's what we
where
do.
we end up.
So we've gone wide receiver. So Rutledge would be a great shout here. Or Dunker. Because he could give you tackle and guard business.
You know which direction I'm going to go with?
That could work, right?
Is Dunker really going to play tackle though?
Well, he could play
He's got
tackle.
the strength to.
Yeah, he could
He's got
play
the
tackle.
functional strength to.
And you can move him inside to guard if Brojo comes back. So that's actually, that works out both ways, right?
He's a good insurance policy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think that's a Steelers pick.
No?
To be honest.
Dunker.
Rob Ferguson, by the way, says, hope Omar Khan is not stuck on the free account for mapping out draft scenarios, but the Roonies are cheap. World class.
Yeah.
That's a really good one.
All right. So, what do you want to do here? Si, have you got any input? Do you think we go guard or tackle? I think they're the two choices here, considering we've gone wide receiver.
and I think that's what's interesting, right? Is that if you do go wide receiver in the first round, I think that locks you into tackle with that second pick a little bit more than the other way around.
Mm.
Like who's on? I guess you could go with a safety, Jeremiah Trotter.
I mean,
anything-
I'd like that. Yeah, I'd like that pick, but I do feel like they've got to. I think they've got to get one of the O line positions
Yeah,
fixed in the first 2 rounds, haven't they? Maybe they don't.
There's some talk here about linebacker as well to replace Queen and Harrison.
Well, that would be for me. That's Trotter.
Yeah, I think that's probably is that more of a third round question than a second? Just given the needs at the minute.
Here's
Maybe.
the thing with tackle. I've just got this sneaky feeling that the whole thing might be, as I say, a bit of a smokescreen. I think they like Dylan Cook. I think we've brought in his name's escaping me. The guard the other week, who is being floated as an option to kind of, replace Siamalu if we don't draft a guy early. I just wonder if maybe they're not going to go tackle in the first 2, and they're going to use one of those many third-round picks that we have. And this is assuming, of course, that we've not traded up, and there's all these different scenarios, right? But I just wonder how locked in they are to tackle, unless one of the guys that they really love falls to them. I don't know if they're going to be forced. It doesn't feel very Steelsy to force in an offensive tackle where they don't like a guy. Not that they don't like someone, but like, I don't know.
So just in terms of the 30 visits, you had tackle, you had Markel Bell, Travis Burke, Spencer Fano, and then guards we've had in Keelan Rutledge, Vega Ione, and Bo Stevens. The other guard from Iowa, interestingly, they didn't have Dunker in, which is a shame because I think if you can get him in the second round, he's plug and play 10-year starter for you.
How much of that is because of the mullet, though, Kets?
Mullet, yes, he looks like a cool dude, but I think genuinely, if you watch the tape, he's a solid player.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes, he's instantly a cult hero as well. I get that point, but honestly, the tape's really good.
I'd like to take Dunker. I think that would be a good pick.
Mark could be happy.
I worry the people are gonna call us populists.
Let's do it. Let's be populist. Let's move on. I like that pick. Okay, round 3.
Very rare me and Gav agree on a draft pick. I don't think that's happened many times at all in the history of this podcast.
I just kind of feel like the Steelers love to maximize value on the positions of strength, and this year those positions aren't the positions that are valuable, and I think that's fine. I still think the Steelers are going to want to draft linebackers and safeties and stuff, just because they're deep in this year's class.
So we're getting into the third round where I start to pick the same players in every draft, which is Darrell Jackson, and then Malik Muhammad, and then Drew Aller, and Sam Roush. They're the 4 guys I've been drafting at this point. Or if I haven't gone receiver early, I've been going Bryce Lance. But so convince me out why we shouldn't be doing that.
So receiver wise, I like.
But remember, we took Concepcion.
Skylar Bell there. Yeah, we've had Concepcion.
Yeah.
So I'm just talking through the board generally.
Okay.
Could the Steelers draft 2 wide receivers in the first 3 rounds?
They could.
I don't know about the first 3 rounds. I think rounds like 1 and 2, and then 4 and 5, definitely.
Yeah, I think they'd want to get a return man, a specialist later.
Yeah, I could see.
Or if you could get like Caldwell in the 5th or 6th, then run the card in.
Whoever the return guy is we pick in the 6th round will end up being the best.
The better one.
Yeah.
The other one won't make the roster.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Any other suggestions?
So what have we got? Linebacker.
There's not much here actually.
Can't remember much about Darrell Jackson, to be fair.
Deontay Lawson, Perkins, but he's a bit later. You're in a kind of a bit of a dead zone here.
Yeah.
Tom says, "Is this the area where D line comes into the equation?"
Well, that's where I would be going. I'd be going Darrell Jackson here. Tom's on my board there.
Yeah. I think going D line makes a lot of sense because again, not a position where people love. As you get deeper down the board, I'm not hearing a lot of like, wow, there's a lot of great developmental D line prospects.
He's such a great fit for the Steelers as well, Jackson. So should we just
I
take
mean-
Jackson here and move on?
Yeah, we know they love taking these guys as early as they can to make sure they get the body types.
Yeah. All right, let's do it.
And
Si,
another
you're a
interesting
li-
thing. Yeah, sorry.
You're a little quiet. People are saying
Yeah.
they want
Oh,
more
sorry.
Simon in their ears.
All right, I'm trying to because of the echo. I'm trying to go back so that I
No, don't do
hear
that.
myself
Don't do that.
again.
Dude, just talk normally. I think it's my headphones, and I'll try and fade my volume down when I'm not talking.
All right. Okay, continue.
Continuing, right? So we've got pick 85 is up. What are you thinking? Bud Clark's a popular pick. Malik Mohammed, but these I was just saying the same guys.
Are we thinking like a Nussmeier or an Allah is your shout here?
Yeah, we go
If
Allah.
Allah's still on the board.
Well, but we've got another pick coming up fairly soon, so this is where I think we should reach for best player available and then come back to position of need.
Yeah.
So I quite like Mohammed here.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, let's do that,
And then
and then we could
as
take
Ke-
Allah
as-
now. Sorry, go on.
Yeah.
What you say?
which so do you think Allah's the QB the Steelers would go for?
I think so. Yeah. But here
Seems
I've
to
been
lean that way.
taking Sam Roush, the tight ends, the blocking tight end that I think would be a perfect
Yeah,
pick as
he
well.
came in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see Jake Slaughter, by the way?
Yeah.
Did you see the video of him at the combine?
No. What was that?
Dude looks 48 years old.
Yeah, he looks like an accountant or something, doesn't he? He's
Yeah.
got strong vibes, insurance salesman or something. Yeah. Right, Ketz, what do you want to do? Do you want to go Drew Aller then or Nussmeier? Oh, no, Nussmeier's gone, sorry.
If Nussmeier's gone, that leaves us with Allah then, I think.
All right, let's do it. So that's our draft.
Is Allah the QB that like looks like an AFC North quarterback?
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
pro ready, but he's just had more kind of issues in terms of consistency with his play, I think, more than anything. I think he just needs like a QB whisperer, get in his ear, forget about all the pressure and the stuff around it, and just get on with playing what's in front of you.
Yeah, McCarthy sort of spoke in a lot of generics about the QB class, just sort of saying it had everything that he looks for, which, you know, kind of went in with a lot of what was said, which was just guff. But I do think, you know, part of me again, I do think that they're going to want someone in the first 3 rounds that they can hand to Mike McCarthy and say, play with this. But then, is that Will Howard though?
I think that is Will Howard, but equally, I think
Right.
I think if we're drafting anybody in this draft, it's going to be a Mason Rudolph replacement. I think he's that kind of. Bearing in mind, Will Howard, yes, he was a later pick, but he's a national champion, and I think that by the sounds of it, Mike McCarthy does think that he's got something there.
Mm.
So I think you've got to allow him to develop and kind of give him the reins, but then also maybe take someone, you know, in the 3rd round as that kind of competitive sort of thing to them.
Well, at this point, we don't know what Howard is, so I think it would be wise to take another lottery ticket. And I think Drew Aller might be the biggest buy low candidate in this draft. In that he, you know, this time last year we were thinking he was going to, you know, kick on and be a round 1 talent. Didn't turn out that way. Bad season for whatever reason. But the reason why you liked him, they haven't changed. You know, he seemed to lose his confidence, and you know the games weren't going their way, and he started chasing and YOLOing balls and all sorts. Throwing picks,
Yeah,
but he's still got the size and the arm and the strength. And you know, I just think he's the guy that you want to mould in the AFC North.
and the other alternative, I guess, in terms of especially top 30 visits as well, is Carson Beck from Miami. There's question marks about whether his arm is kind of really top end, but I feel like he did enough with the tools he had to kind of give a successful kind of playoff run to that team as well. So, yeah, maybe not the most exciting quarterback, but, you know, is he going to be dynamic enough for them to think that there's something there? Or are they going to go the other way with like Cole Payton, I think was more mobile sort of quarterback as well. So are they saying, you know, they want that sort of mobility in the offense as well?
Yeah. Well, they
Depends
brought in
on what McCarthy thinks, I guess.
They brought in the other quarterback. Lost my thread. What's he called? The
Taylor Green for Arkansas.
Tyler Green, yeah, they brought him in, so he'd be completely the other way. So I think they're just keeping their options open. So what do we think about this? This how happy would you be if this was what happened? Concepcion.
So just list the names again for the audio listener.
Casey Conception, round 1. Jennings Dunker, the tackle/guard, round 2. Darrell Jackson, the interior run defender with a bit of bull rush kind of on the pass game, D lineman. Malik Muhammad, the cornerback, and then Drew Aller, the big quarterback from Penn State. So how would you feel about that? And maybe not even the players, but the positions, like wide receiver, tackle, D-line, cornerback, quarterback.
Well, that's it. You'd be happy, right, that this is one of these drafts where you've gone ahead and ticked sort of every need off your board, so to say, right down to, I mean, almost perfectly, right? But this is the benefit of a mock draft, right? Is that we can do that. For some reason, that isn't quite often how it seems to go in the real world. But we've gone wide receiver and tackle because they're our two biggest needs, and then we've gone D line and cornerback, and I think you'd be quite happy with all that. They're all players that we, especially Jennings Dunker, very populist.
Yeah,
Casey Concepcion, the chat loved it.
I think we got lucky with Dunker being there because he kind of ticked both boxes of guard and tackle. I think we'll get into that. So I think this feels like a very safe beginning. I think this would be a sort of solid. So should we do another one where we go a different way? Should we try taking a tackle first up? All right, let's do number 2. So I'll keep that there. We can refer to that as number 1.
Can you alter the settings at all of the?
Yes. Do you want to slow it down a bit?
No. The
the board.
Yeah.
That was off the consensus board. Care for positional value more and do it off the same board, or go off the PFF board?
Yeah, improves, add some randomness or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
just
PFF
fiddle
board.
around. Have a little fiddle.
Add a bit more randomness. Okay. All right.
Does this give us the chance to trade as well?
It does, but obviously we'd have to go slower. So should we do the trade later? Should we do just take tackle now first? See what happens. Right, let's go. Okay, starting the draft. And we are on the clock. And look who's there. Vega is there. So this is the scenario where Vega falls. So should we do this one then? Let's take Vega and see what happens.
At 21?
Yeah, he's not been drafted. Yeah. So
the simulator is drunk. The Ravens are drunk.
Well, this is the PFF board. So
they fired everybody. That's why he's there.
Okay.
Vega, run the card in. Don't look back for 10 years.
Okay, so we're up for a second round pick, and this looks very different. Dunker is there.
Oh,
and Trotter is there.
This is my issue with the PFF simulator. He's not going to. Jeremiah, what's his name?
Well, you can't tell me to bring in randomness and change the settings and then complain when it throws up a different result.
I want to be drunk, but not that drunk.
Yeah. I'm not drunk. Jadarian Price, the running back, he's there.
Oh, really?
Running back in a second?
No.
What's the receiving board look like?
Malachi Lawrence.
Chris
Brazil,
Bell,
no.
Basil.
Been a lot of Highsmith and Herbig trade rumors this week.
There's our Mason Thomas, but we decided he wasn't going to be a Steeler.
See, this is what happens if you don't take receiver early. Then you're left with less ideal options. Is Branch still in the draft after what happened? He got arrested, didn't he?
That was the stupidest arrest in American history, by the way. If you
standing still, yeah,
for getting in someone's way, he's like 4'3". Come on, Georgia, please do better.
Chris Bell, not enthused.
Elijah Surratt.
Has Bernard already gone, presumably?
Gone,
and if so, where did he go? Just from a point of interest, I see Skylar Bell went to the Panthers at 51. Can we scroll up?
Conception fell to 46 in this draft.
46. Okay.
Nobody
Bernard went ahead of him.
favorite target?
Bernard went to the Chiefs at 40.
Interestingly, okay.
We could take Chris Bell. I like Chris Bell. Mark's guy. Stooks. Yeah, Stooks is people in the chat calling for Stooks. The cornerback.
Not only calling Stooks, but then saying, I'll say it again, Stooks.
They're saying Stooks.
All right, they're calling for Stooks. Let's take Stooks. Chat wins. All right, Branch is still there. Right, so pick 76. And this is where I resort to Darrell Jackson there, but I'll try not to. Carl Lewis, There seems to be a lot of love for Carl Lewis. I was a bit down on him as a linebacker, but he could double up as a coverage backer as well. So we could take Carl Lewis. Wouldn't be a bad pick.
There was a gent on Twitter today talking about how he likes Romello height more than David Bailey.
Really?
He is 25 though.
Right. Win now kind of guy. Chandler Rivers, that was Callum's guy, cornerback. But then we've just taken a cornerback, so we're not going to do that.
Zachariah Branch is still there, but I don't know if he's too gadget guy for the Steelers.
So we're currently neglecting O-line at the moment.
And receiver.
Yeah.
No, we're not. We're not neglecting O-line. We took Aone.
We took Ione, so we don't need to. Yeah, of course.
So it's wide receiver we've neglected thus far,
Yeah, that's what I'm
if
getting
indeed.
confused.
So Tom is really saying that receiver drops off a cliff.
Yeah.
This is an interesting scenario though, because I've never really seen that many receivers go in the second round when I've been playing about with mock drafts. So it really,
I think
there was really a run on receivers in this scenario.
I think you're going to get a run on receivers in the second round. Just really swiping all those guys that anybody's got any kind of interest in that didn't go in the first round. It always happens. They always go a little bit earlier than you think.
Skylar Bell with the next pick. I don't disagree with what Steven's saying there.
Did he go already?
I wonder if we should have taken Surratt.
Mark would be shouting for Stribling, I think.
Yeah, it feels like maybe we can get him in with the next pick, but
yeah.
What about Kevin Coleman Jr.? Too early.
Too early.
What's best player available where we are right now?
Well, it would be Zachariah Branch or best overall. You mean? Yeah.
Are there any tackle options here?
No, there's no O-line really. But the centre.
Tom's saying Malachi Fields will be the pick of the receivers, but do you want another Notre Dame third rounder?
And another big guy, big tall boundary guy. Got two of those already.
Yeah.
This is a tough one. Ted
Hurst
Hurst
having a meltdown.
Yeah, Ted Hurst I quite like. He's sort of best receiver that program's had for a while. Kind of all-round guy. Should we take Ted Hurst or are you strongly? I quite like him. Let's take him.
That was.
Seems to be getting a bit of pop the last 48 hours or so.
All right, here we are. And this is where I usually would take Sam Roush, the tight end, but we could take Anthony Hill here. I mean, I wasn't massively high on him, but he's a good linebacker, I think.
If you can please like and share the stream in the meantime, that will help us be seen by more eyes. Blatantly stole that line off Alex Kazura, but there we go.
What should we do here? Any thoughts? Linebacker, tight end, cornerback? Oh no, we went Stooks, didn't we?
Any of these tackles developmental interesting in any way?
Let's have a look.
Well, Markel Bell's probably
Markel Bell.
The best option there, I think.
Or you could go tight end. Is your boy still on the board?
He's still here.
Yeah.
Should we do that? Or linebacker? I don't mind.
Yeah, Roush. Yeah.
All right, let's do Roush.
Phil's saying Roush.
All right. One more. Okay.
Oh, Waffles is making a lot of noise behind me. He likes Roush.
Shout out Waffles.
Jay Sean Barham. He could be interesting. Edge / linebacker, kind of versatile guy. I don't think you're going to get any as good value for anyone else here.
So interestingly there, Markel Bell went to the Bills at 91.
Yeah.
So if we do go tackle in the third round, we probably need to take it with that first pick.
Yeah. Any thoughts? I'm leaning towards Barham here.
Yeah, go for it.
What do we think that edge room is going to look like? And is there any relevance to the trade of either Highsmith or what was the other rumor this week? Two
Wasn't
edge
Herbig.
guys,
Definitely
Herbig and
not.
Highsmith. Yeah, it was. They were talking about it.
Definitely.
Albeit that's probably for first round capital, I would say. But is that going to impact things? It was talk of a draft night trade, so you could see it. You never know. Stranger things have happened in the 4-1-2.
Oh, this draft was in the bottom 25% of Steelers drafts.
Oh dear.
Chat, you got it wrong.
See, now, this is what I think is interesting about this process, right? Is that what we did here was we took Ione with the first pick because he fell to us, and we were like, wow, he's fallen to us. And yet what that kind of did was left us with a weird situation the rest of the draft, right? Like,
It's a weird one, though, because we've not really talked about corner in the second round a lot, and yet here we are in a situation where that's what happened. So receiver, tackle, DI, cornerback, QB, OG, cornerback, wide receiver, tight end, edge. We've not even talked really about tight ends or edge being sort of a necessary top 3 round requirement for the Steelers. But yeah, that's the way the board fell.
Yeah, Barham's kind of an edge / linebacker. He's like your perfect kind of outside linebacker, but you could play him at inside linebacker as well. He's kind of got versatile. He played inside linebacker and then moved to edge. So obviously he's coming out as an edge because he wants to get paid as an edge. So you'd want to play him as an edge, but he's so versatile. He's almost like he could give you 2 roles or a hybrid.
But that Stooks pick's quite interesting, and I think that was forced by there being a run on second round wide receivers.
Yeah, well, it was also exactly. He fell. Should we do another one and where we take tackle and see what happens?
Yeah.
All right, I'm just going to put that over there.
This has taught me a couple of things. One, that we might need to trade up to 16 if we're going for tackle, because there are a couple of tackle needy teams, potentially the Lions I'm looking at there. So keep an eye on that on draft night. And then maybe what happens if we were to trade up to 10? What would the board look like then?
All right, so
is it going to make enough of a difference that we would give up one of these third round picks? So we're giving up a Darrell Jackson or a Hurst in order to move up the board and get a top 10 pick.
Yeah, let's do this one now where we do take a tackle early, and then we'll do one with the trade, and then that'll be all 4 scenarios, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do this one. Okay, starting. All right, on the clock at 21, Blake Miller or Lomu. They're both there. So which one would you like to take out of those 2 tackles?
who'd you like more, Cats? Got a preference?
Interestingly, have we got the Stevens graphic that shows all of the interest that we had in the various positions?
Yes.
Ooh.
Because I'm looking at the top 30 visits, and none of those was Fano was on there, but I don't think he was one of the options. Miller or Lomu.
No, it was Markel Bell or Burke were the only other tackles they brought in.
Let me go back to my notes here just to see. So red is tackle. So
for those interested, Waffles has been given a pink cupcake treat.
Pink wafer. Has it calmed him down?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he stopped. He chews his little. It's like a little thing. It's kind of like looks like a little a house or a little hut, but you can also eat it. So he just chews away and just whacks.
He lives in an edible house.
Well, it's just one hut amongst many. What he lives in is a series of tunnels that he's constructed, I imagine.
Nice.
So Miller, I was -2. Sorry to interrupt the Waffles chat. That was.
Continue.
Yeah, I was -2 on Miller.
Okay.
Oh.
Strong.
Uh-oh.
And Lomu?
That sucked. It doesn't sound good and it makes no sense.
That's
And Lomu got
Tom saying we
left
should go conception, but that's not really the point of the exercise. But thanks, Tom, for the for the input. We've already done that one.
I like the idea that we could do a podcast where all we do is click the mock draft button and just draft Casey Concepcion.
Just do a 1-round mock and just keep practicing it.
Every time the chat cheers. Hooray!
We just want to be popular. Yeah.
I mean, ultimately, it doesn't really matter because we're taking a tackle just for the purposes of seeing what's left on the board. So should we just pick
take
one?
Blake
Let's go. No, not Miller.
Oh,
Mine
okay.
too.
Let's go Lomu.
Go with Lomu.
Okay, taking Lomu. Thank you. All right.
F standards.
Okay, here we are. Round 2. So is it any better for wide receivers this time? Not really. We're looking at the same crop of receivers. So that hasn't helped us.
Was there the same on receivers in the second? Because that might be a trend that we're potentially seeing.
No, this is our second round pick.
I know, but I'm slightly laggy compared to... I'm watching it on YouTube compared to when you click the button, I don't see it then for about 20 seconds.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Just to let everyone behind the...
Fall behind the
On
glass.
the wall.
Chris Bale's gone already. Yeah, he went.
So we are looking at maybe Hurst, Skylar Bell, Surratt.
Talk to me.
Bernard's-
Why do we
Bernard's
hate
gone to the
Elijah
Panthers.
Surratt so much, Gav? What's
No,
the
I
problem
don't.
with
We
Elijah
can take
Surratt?
him. Just none of these guys are filling me with excitement. That's all. Bryce Lance is.
Well, I quite like Surratt.
Okay, we'll
But
take
maybe
Surratt then.
maybe I'm being pulled in by the Indiana of it all. I don't know.
Okay, we'll take Surratt as our wide receiver here. Gets
See, in that situation, I'd want Bernard, but I know he's gone at 51 to the Panthers.
Yeah.
But if you've got a series of like receivers, so Chris Bell's gone at 48, Brazel's gone at 49, which I'm not bothered about, but Bernard's gone at 51. So I think if you're going for that, I know Mark would be saying trade up to 46 to get pregnant. If you go kind of early 40s in the second round, use one of those third rounders to trade up, then that way you make sure that you get your receiver a choice.
Yeah, out of those sort of top tier 3 guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stephen's saying we should go for Antonio Williams as he meets the what the Steelers look for checklist. So should we go with him?
Yeah, he was okay, I think.
Okay.
Not many people that did fit that this year. So
Okay.
Well, it's a new checklist, isn't it? That's
Right,
the
we're
other
on
thing.
to round 3. We took tackle and wide receiver. So Keontae Scott is here, the linebacker playing slot cornerback. Washington as running back. Oh, we fall back into the old same players trap.
yeah, this is it. This is the thing once you get to these rounds.
Yeah, I feel like Scott actually is a good value here. He's fallen.
Yeah, wouldn't hate that. Interestingly, that Skylar Bell is still there from a receiver perspective.
Yeah, when we don't need one.
I know we're saying we're not needing one, but I'm just pointing out from a
Yeah.
draft observations perspective.
Yeah, weights and measures. All right, should we take Keontae Scott?
I think you would in that position, yeah.
Help us see around the run defense in the box, that's for sure. Okay. Round 3, pick 21. Bryce Lance here is tempting. Bud Clark, the safety. Or Genesis Smith.
He seems to be around here every time, and I
Yeah.
hear him mentioned a lot.
Yeah. Lance is still there.
2 DBs in a row. You want to do that?
I can't remember what I thought about Crown over. I didn't think he was
He's massive, isn't he? But it doesn't move that well.
the leverage issue, isn't it? I quite like Caleb Tiernan from Northwest. He's probably lower down in terms of tackles.
There's nothing jumping off the page here but this because I always draft the same players. I'm getting sucked like a magnet to them.
Yeah. Again, then maybe it's a case of do you take quarterback with that one again, or I feel like if they make all 3 picks in the third round, I feel like one of them will be quarterback. Just from a positional value standpoint.
I really don't think. What is that logo on Caleb Proctor there? Southeastern Louisiana. Okay. Never seen that before.
Yeah, Bud Clark would be a solid pick. Steven's saying. Should we go Bud Clark? Bud Clark?
Yeah. Right. Is that a new logo for Southeastern Louisiana? Or have I just never seen them before?
Okay, round 3, pick 35. We could just take out of here and be done with it.
Yep. No.
Jacoby Lane.
No,
Sam
should be done.
Bowers. Oh my God, half 50-50 offense defense. Duala again?
Yeah.
Done. All right. How do we feel?
Oh.
No, not funny. I like the fact. So the fact that Markel Bell is still there in the 3rd round, even after the 3rd pick, I quite like that. Whether that's the reality or not, I don't know. So if we do go receiver early, I think he's a solid option. I'd kind of like to do 2 more scenarios, one where we trade up and one where we trade back.
All right.
Just to see where we could kind of end up.
Okay.
So if we give up a 3rd rounder to go up in the 1st, so kind of trade up from 21 to as high as we can get with one of the 3rd rounders. And then also if we trade back in the 1st, so end up with like a late or later 20s pick, can we pick up something in the 2nd or 3rd again? And does that make a difference to kind of the receiver strategy? Good amount of tabs going on here, Gav.
Yeah.
People appreciate good
Steven's-
tab levels.
Good tabard. Yeah, Steven's saying he loves that draft if Lomu can play guard.
Yeah, sure he can.
I'm still at this point. I'm still preferring our very first one over either of these two. But
Yeah.
all right, let's.
Yeah, first one was my favorite.
Oh. Oh.
What?
Nothing. Just crashed. Just crashed. All right.
It can't go on like this, can it?
Okay, here we
It
go.
can.
All right. Right. Let's do the. Let's do that. Let's move some of these a little bit. Okay, we want to do a trade here, don't we? So
Very nice floral background, Gav.
Yeah, that is.
thanks. Jungle background. Right.
I wonder how much that cost.
It wasn't £500. Okay, so where do we want to trade up to, Kets?
I'd like to look at 10, or I'd like to look at 16. Just in terms of different options and how much it's going to cost us. Slow down.
So can we pause the?
Well, we could do the
draft?
trade now, but I can't see pick 10.
Yeah, it's the Giants.
Oh, where'd it go?
Yeah, but it's not here. Look,
They've also got 5. They've got 5 and 10. There was kind of a big trade that happened the other day.
maybe we have to go past their pick 5. That's what it is. Right. So I have
You
to do
go to
that.
pick 5, and then it gives you all of the picks to pick from.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we've not spoke about that yet, have we? Sexy Dixie to the Bungles.
Yeah.
Feels like a roundabout way of. So this is how it always is with the Bengals. They can't do anything without like it just seeming messy. Like why does it? They had Trey Hendrickson, they let him go, and then you have to give up a 1st round pick to replace him with a defensive lineman who's coming off a weird year with the Giants. I don't know. It's just all.
Okay. So if we just straight up, pick 21, and then, or are we going to try and hold on to 21? Have you been?
No, we'll have to give up 21
No,
to go
yeah,
up.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're not cooking up a load of draft picks. We're holding on to giving them 21, and then what? What do we need to give them here?
So it's New York Giants 10 for Steelers 21 and maybe 76. Nothing in 2027.
For 20 for what are you saying, Kit?
21
21
and
and 76. 4-10.
I don't think that's going to get it done. I think you'd have to give up at least 2 of those thirds.
Yeah, it's not saying they're going to accept it.
If
No.
not, to be honest, all 3. And I think the thing is that the Giants are going to be asking for your second round pick to move up that far, and you'd be batting them off with whatever you could to try and avoid that. And I think ultimately the compromise there would be that you'd have to give up all 3 of those third round picks. And even that might not be enough, to be honest. I don't even know if third rounders are going to be enough to get you up to 10. Maybe they are. I think it depends on who's on the board and how much the Giants would be interested in that pick.
Yeah. Because, I mean, they'll have had their number 5 pick at that point. So I guess it depends on, like you say, who falls to that point and what they think.
Saying there's a 67% chance of if we give them 2 thirds.
Okay.
Do we want to force that?
Sure.
Yeah, from a thought exercise perspective, it's
Okay, let's do that.
worth looking at.
Give them the stinky thirds.
Oh, did I not do it? I thought I did it.
No.
Ah.
They've done us again, those pesky Maras.
So this will be the one where we trade back then. So we can speed up the draft. Hang on. I don't understand why that didn't go through. But anyway, okay.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, there it is. Okay. Ooh, Jordan Tyson's on the board in this time. Not seen him yet. He's fallen. But we want to trade back. We've got 2 offers. We could trade back to 24, or we can... what's the other offer?
The Browns.
Well, it's not showing me the offers. This is our maker. Okay, so where do you want to trade back to then, Kits? Back to the top of the first round, I mean? Second round?
So what we're looking at, 24, or what was the other offer?
Well, hold on. Who's on the board? Because who would want to come up here?
Jordan Tyson's on the board. I reckon that's what we're offering up.
So who's
So
the
if he's
wide
on the
receiver
board-
needy team? Yeah, who wants to come up from the top of the second? Or
So you got the Giants is the other team, by the looks of it.
wait, the Giants
Yeah,
going to trade up with us?
Yeah, but not letting us trade down.
Chiefs
I'll be honest,
or Dolphins?
If Tyson's on the board, there's no way I'm trading 21.
But in this scenario, we are, Ket. So
Yeah.
should we say the Dolphins trade with us for 30?
Yep. All right.
I hate myself for trading away a pick that I want to make.
Unfortunately, he now belongs to the porpoises.
Yes.
They're not interested. Well, should we just force it through?
I'm not giving Cleveland bloody Tyson. I'm not having it.
And what do we take? Will you take like a 90, 87?
30, 43, 75. Take the lot.
No, but realistically, they're not going to give that much, are they?
No.
Well, to go from 30 to 21, maybe you could get 1 third rounder.
Yeah, we'll take 87. Right. What happened last time? So I did this and it didn't go through. So
What
I
a-
pressed force
What
trade.
about 30, 43, and 87 for 21 and 53?
Hang on, let's not get too crazy. This gets out of whack then.
Well, I'm trading down in the first, up in the second, and taking a third for
Yeah,
doing
we
it.
can trade up. Now we can trade up. Right. Has it actually gone through this time? Yes. Right. There we are on the clock at 30. So now do we want to do something else? Is that what you're saying? Let's see who's on the board.
Who's there now?
No, I think you're ahead of me again. I wanted to do different.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Trade has been forced.
Ooh, Kelly McDonald's there. I like that. Oh, this is a nice area of the draft. You've got Henachaw, Concepcion, Pregnon's there. Ooh, this is the scenario to take Pregnon.
Okay, well, that's Mark happy. Gary is booing. Yinza boos here in South Wales for trading back.
Man, it's nice here.
Echanaho.
Yeah.
Can't say his name.
Henachaw, Colton Hood.
It's got to be Pregnon, hasn't it?
See, I actually prefer this board, weirdly, for the value.
Board's lovely. Yeah.
Lomas
Zion Young
there.
edge. DJ Parker,
Simpson-
Edge, Casey
Simpson, if you want.
Concepcion is still there.
Jacob
D'Angelo
Rodriguez.
Pons is there.
I think this is the one to take Pregnon. But then that's similar to the Vega situation we were in.
Yes, but here you've got your end of the first round, so you've got the 5th-year option.
Yeah, true.
Pregnon will be like a demon in a phone box in that position.
Yeah, Si, do you want to take him?
Yeah.
All right, let's do Pregnon.
So this is where I think
Right,
if
do you
we'd have
wanna trade up?
traded the second round pick as well, so we'd gone back in the first, we could have come up in the second.
Yeah.
Whereas I think what we actually did is traded back in the first and just got a 4th. But I don't think that really moves the needle, especially when we're doing a 3-round pick.
No. Well, I say these things when I'm doing the trade.
I tried, but you're 20 seconds ahead of me, as I've said.
Ah, right, okay. Is that 20 seconds? Wow.
Can we trade back up into the... So trade back up now into the second?
Yeah. That's what
Let's
I'm
do
saying.
that.
So, with the Jets,
I think that could happen too.
Trade with anybody at this point.
so we'll give them about a gang of things in the back. They-
44, 50 for 53 and 121 or something. Because I think there's probably some. This is what I've been saying like the whole way along. I think there's some good value, sort of top to middle of the second round, but there's not necessarily 32 first rounders available.
Okay, so this has worked out because now we can get Bernard.
Beautiful. Snap their hands off.
Yeah,
Run it
so
in.
we'll take it. So
Brendan
that
Bernard
actually
is a
is a
great
good
haul.
scenario, right? You trade back and then trade up.
Oh, that's it. Right. I tell you what, if this is the board though, and Ty Simpson is still there, you almost want 2 picks in that situation. So you almost want the Eagles pick as well and take both.
Yeah, Stephen's saying next time do one, stay at 21 and trade up within to the second. Trade up within the second. Yeah, that's a good shout. We'll do that. One more.
I like it. The audience are demanding an encore of mock drafts. This is what we love to see.
Okay, so we've gone Pregnon and Bernard. Guard, wide receiver. Any thoughts? Carl Lewis.
Kyle
linebacker?
Lewis, the pick here. Yeah.
Let's do that.
Sorry, Gav, let me just twist your arm a little bit. He's like, I've already clicked it.
And then we've got the two. All right, look at this. That works out. I can't not draft Darryl Jackson here, and Sam Roush is two picks behind. So that'd be pretty good. Or we get back into the quarterback. So I'm just going to take Jackson. It's too strong.
I'm going to watch some more Darryl Jackson tape, I think.
Markel Bell.
Yes, please.
Let's take Markel Bell. All right, and then
This has worked out really nicely.
it has. And then Mohammed's here. I'd say that would be a good pick there. Should we do that? Cornerback?
Yeah, I think a corner on day 2 is very possible.
Yeah. I haven't watched him that much, to be fair, so I can't really comment on the individual player, but if you're happy enough with him, Gav, then I'll put my faith in you, my friend.
Now that one I like. That's a nice draft. Pregnon, Bernard, wide receiver, Carl Lewis, linebacker, Darrell Jackson, defensive line, Markel Bell, tackle, Malik Mohammed, cornerback. That might be my favourite out of all the ones we've done yet.
Bit of something for everybody there, isn't there?
Oops.
And yet this too is in the bottom 25% of Steelers drafts.
From a company that's no longer even a thing anymore.
It's still a thing.
Yeah, but Trevor's not. Trevor's elsewhere.
Look at Gav defending PFF to the death.
What a surprise. What a surprise.
He's such an ex-PFF person.
Absolute corporate shill, Gavin Marshall.
Yeah, everyone's agreeing that is our best draft yet. And so that was a trade
Hey.
trade back and then a trade up. So now let's do the one where we stay put and then draft up in the second. See what we get.
Yeah, let's do one where we don't take any of our scheduled picks and we just cause chaos.
Okay.
So it was fun in the second round.
All right.
Now, the only downside with that draft that we've just done that I can see is that Pregnon was drafted at the end of the first round, which means we won't get like a camera shot of Mark's reaction to it because Mark will
It's
famously
true.
be at the for day 2.
All right. In
But
this
you
one,
might hear him from the back of the auditorium cheering, to be fair.
Caden Proctor has fallen. So he is available to
Okay.
take.
I like Proctor.
Yeah. It's a tackle, the huge tackle from Alabama. So let's take him. All right. And then we want to trade up
Up in the second.
No, I messed it up. I
Would
went
they
too
even have
fast.
been tempted by Thieneman?
Let's go back. Can I undo that? Undo pick. Sorry, say again.
Would they have even been tempted by Thieneman?
There is, yeah, definitely. But I think the fact that a guy's fallen, positional value and all.
Yeah.
Right, I need to do this so I can do the thing. Right.
Although actually, that second rounder you've got, I just went off the screen, but I think you still had some decent players there. I think Pregnon was still there.
But Ty Simpson.
Yeah.
It was-
Okay, so let's try and change
Right.
our picks that we've got left into as many seconds as possible.
So, where do we want to move up to? To get one of these wide receivers. Do you want to jump up to 66 to get ahead of the Raiders or Eagles? Or Browns? They've got pick 70. Where do you want to jump up to? Colts is 78. They've been taking receivers, haven't they?
Is that not too late to... Aren't we going up into the second?
Yeah, we're going up with our second pick, aren't we?
I thought we were trying to get two picks in the second, or 2 or 3 picks in the second.
Yeah. Okay. Do you not think you trade your second to go up in the second and then trade your thirds to go back into the second?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So if we want to jump up from 76 back into the second, we need to trade 53 to go up in the second, don't we? You with me?
That's fine, but where are we looking to go up to? That's my question.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So you've got, if we go to 39, you've got the get ahead of the Chiefs.
Yes,
That's
agree
the
with
top
that.
of round 2.
Yeah, I think the Chiefs are quite wide receiver heavy, so yeah, if we can get ahead of them, that'd be good.
Or do you want to go ahead to the Giants, 37? Let's go up to 39. That feels more realistic from where we are.
Although trading with the Browns, is that realistic?
True, maybe not.
Well, we've got
Go 37 then.
37.
Yeah. Why is every trade with the Giants in this draft? Okay, so we're giving 37. I mean, we're taking 37. We're giving 53. All right.
Tom is trying to start a fight in the chat.
Force trade. Okay.
Classic Harry Hill reference there.
All right, and now we want to do. Okay, now we want to trade back into the second. So, well, we're hoping we've got a wide receiver there. So we could jump up to about 60.
As possible, depending on what's on the board.
Let's see if it's possible first. I need to resume for a bit. Okay, hang on. Where are they? I don't want to miss it. Hang on. Sorry, this is great audio broadcasting here. I'm just trying to find how to trade with the
Listen, the audio listener's been around for 8 years at this point. They should know that once a year the mock draft comes around.
Yeah. Yeah. Think amongst yourselves, listener. Why can I not trade up with the Bears? What's stopping me from trading up with the Bears?
You're not allowed to tell the audience to do their own sound drops because you get told off for that.
That's true. It's like when I asked them to Google something, I got told off.
All right, I'm not going to trade up to 60. That's too complicated. It would involve too harder pause action. So let's trade up to 58. Okay.
No time for pauses
No
on the
time
clock
for
here, guys.
pauses. No, right, so we give him 76. We give him 85.
Now, I just want to stress that the time pressure is intense.
Yes. Do, 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 do. Send some time-related pressure tweets to @GMBoomUp, and or give him some grief in the chat.
The sands of time slipping away.
Okay, let's force this trade. I probably overpaid a little bit, but let's force it anyway. Okay, so we're giving we're getting
my
pick
goddamn picks back.
we're getting pick 58. They're getting pick 78, 76, and 85.
And David goddamn Putney.
Right, here
Just
we
because
go.
I feel like it.
Always resort to just quoting draft day if we have any problems. Okay, we're on the clock now. Right, and look at
That time of
this.
year.
In this draft, we get the tackles when we've already taken a tackle, which is not how this is
Joy.
going to go.
Grab another one.
Grab another one. 2
Really?
tackles.
How many
Brilliant.
tackles we can play at guard?
Well, we've Chris Bell's there, but this wasn't the receiver sort of crop that we were hoping, was it?
Santis is there.
I think Pregnant's just gone as well. I think we have to take receiver here, don't we? Because we know it falls off. We don't want to be left holding a bag of nothing.
Bernard's there.
So, yeah. Caden McDonald's there, nose tackle.
Yeah, there's not that many nose tackles, is there?
Jacob Rodriguez, linebacker. Quite like that one.
I wouldn't have minded that if we'd have traded Queen.
Chris Johnson?
The corner.
Yeah. Getting a lot of first round buzz. Big, lengthy guy.
Yeah, we've traded up here. I feel like it needs to be a splash.
That would be splashy.
Do you think that would be splashy enough?
Well, I mean, I think the move would be splashy, but it's whether or not you think the Steelers actually are interested.
Right.
Is he?
I think he's a guy someone would move up to 37-4 because the buzz has been hot.
The buzz is there.
Is he more inside or outside, or I don't know.
I
I've not
think
watched
more
him.
outside, I
More of
think.
an outside guy, yeah.
Okay.
He's a big, long, rangy dude.
Yeah.
Lots crazy testing.
want
Malachi Lawrence
someone-
would be the same as well, but again, we don't really need edge. We would be
No.
trading up.
Yeah, this is weird. I feel like we trade up for Caden McDonald.
Yeah.
Because if you look, he's ranked 31. In reality, it would be one of these tackles, but obviously we don't. This is why this draft machine doesn't quite work right, because you end up drafting before you need to. Okay.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? That's such a great tackle spot if we had have taken a receiver with the first pick,
Yeah.
which we didn't.
Yeah. So what do you want to do then? Do you want to go Chris Johnson or Caden McDonald or Jacob Rodriguez or someone else? Tom saying McPounder. The big boy.
Yeah, do that if you want. But
Yeah, yeah. Where's Big Citrus?
Oh, he's way down. Right, so Justin and Caden McDonald. And then we're back up here. Gemma Bernard.
Yeah.
Boom. Worked out. Rutledge was there as well, but okay.
I really like Bernard. I think his tape was really solid.
So in that scenario, we get 3 players.
Okay. But the quality of
The quality of the players is, it feels like 2 first-round picks and a second-round pick.
Interestingly, Dunker, I think, was still there when we just took that Bernard pick.
But anytime you can grab Jeremy.
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at all of these.
2 Alabama players in that draft as well.
Right, serious tab wrangling going on here.
Going all Power 5 on that draft too.
Interesting, isn't it? I think the dynamics of this draft are fascinating. Like, especially with the perceived lack of talent in some key positions. I think like where you're making your selections, even in each round, even in the second round or the third round, I think it matters. And I think it's interesting from a team building, draft night planning standpoint. I could see there being trades left, right, and centre this draft.
Yeah,
as
I think
teams
I think that's what
maneuver.
that's what he meant, right? Who was it who said there was going to be a lot of trades? One of the GMs recently, and I think that's why is because, like as you say, there's going to be runs on certain positions, even more
Yeah,
so than normal. I think.
It's gonna be like panic as well. Like you're
And
gonna
yeah,
be able
and
to
teams are going to
see
be moving
teams
all
panicking
around.
if they're waiting for a receiver and 2 go. They're gonna be right. Drop everything, trade up. We've got to get
Yeah.
this, this pick taken now. It's gonna be chaos. Bit of time pressure in the first round as well, with 8-minute picks instead of 10.
Mm.
Just turn the screw a little bit.
Could we see a missed pick in the first round this year?
Hope so. That'd be fun.
What are the odds on that?
Mike will already be knowing them and gambling them.
Yeah, he's already got major props on it.
So which of these do we actually like more then?
So do you want to run through them all quickly?
Yeah.
And what the scenarios
So we've got one we did taking tackle first, Lomu, and then the wide receiver, Williams, the cornerback, Scott, the safety, Bud Clark, and the quarterback, Drew Aller. So that's where we went tackle first, and we kind of there was some receivers on the board, but we didn't love them. We ended up taking Williams as maybe the best fit. Then probably the best one is the KC Conception one, where we took him first, Dunker in the second round, Darrell Jackson in the third round, the D lineman, Malik Muhammad, the cornerback, and then Drew Aller. And then the other one
I like
was
that one.
Yeah. The other one was where Vega fell, so we took the guard in the first round. Then Stooks fell, so we took him, the cornerback, the slot corner, and then we were kind of playing catch up. Then there was no wide receivers we liked. We ended up taking Hurst in the third, Sam Roush in the third, and Jason Barham. And then we had the one where we traded back. Yeah, we traded back and took Pregnon. And then Bernard in the second round, Carl Lewis in the third round, Darrell Jackson. This is the other one I like. Yeah, Darrell Jackson in the third round, Markel Bell in the third round, and then Malik Muhammad in the third round. Yeah, that one's good. And then there's the last one we did with the trade back, staying put in first round, then trading back, then up in the second.
Yeah.
And we took Caden Proctor, the tackle, Caden McDonald, 2 Cadens as well, the big D lineman, and Jeremy Bernard, the receiver.
I really liked a couple of those. So the KC Dunker draft and the Pregnon Bernard Markel Bell draft.
Yeah.
Really like both of those.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I think that's going to please the people.
Not that one. Yeah, that one.
Interesting to play about with these mock drafts and stuff, and just work out kind of which teams need what and where they're going to take them and where their runs on players are going to develop as well. Which I think this exercise has kind of given us a bit of a taste for that.
Right, so I'm trying to work out which one of these two I like more. So it's KC Conception, Jennings Dunker, Darrell Jackson, Malik Muhammad, Drew Aller versus Amagnel Pregnon, Jeremy Bernard, Carl Lewis, Darrell Jackson, Markel Bell, Malik Muhammad.
I think we put those two to a vote and see what the audience likes, the YouTube audience, the WhatsApp group audience, Twitter audience. Let's see what they like.
Let's see what the chat says.
Yeah.
See what the chat says. A on the left, B on the right. And what about you, Kets? In that, given that scenario, what do you think gives the best options?
So I think Pregnon and Dunker are kind of
Sorry, I meant with
like
the decision
like.
of of either staying put, trading back, trading up, or out of those scenarios that we did, or taking tackle, talk about receivers rather than positions rather than the players.
Yeah, so I think there's some real value in that second round. I think if you can get 2 picks in the second round, you can end up with like 3 potential stud players. Although I think the last one that we did, which isn't on the screen here, but the last one we did where we were kind of forced into taking tackle after taking tackle already in the first round, sort of the second round being tackles. I think it's almost got to be a draft night decision so you can see what the board still looks like. You'd almost want to have a few trades kind of pre-agreed, and then that way gives you the chance to kind of pull the trigger if a guy that you want is still there. So I hope the Steelers are doing the homework in terms of that. I like the value in the second, but I think the value in the second is above the Steelers pick. So I think we need to trade up in the second and make sure we get someone the likes of a Dunker or a Pregnon or a Bernard if they're still available. So yeah, interesting. The third round picks that we've kind of seen, some of them I could take or leave.
Yeah, you see, I quite like the player pool in the third round. I've got my guys that I like. See, there's a few people saying different things, but Jason's saying take B, which was the conception. He said B and then but you don't take a wide receiver in round 1. So I don't know why he said that and then contradicted himself. Why are you saying that, Jason? Explain yourself. But maybe you don't like the tactic, but you prefer the outcome. Tom Allen saying, I think we do need to go wide receiver in round 1. Yeah.
I think that's what this is telling me more than anything. It's so hard though, right? Because I think there's going to be guys that go that we're not expecting ahead of us, and vice versa, and so we'll see who's on the board. But I do agree. I if I had to put my money on it right now, in fact, let's go around the table and ask the three of us. If you had, you've got to bet right now which position is going in the first round.
Sorry, Jason, I've misunderstood you. Yeah, it's me being. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, I understand you. You're right. I misread your comment. Sorry, what were you saying?
Which position would you say, if you had to right now, is going to be the first round pick?
After doing this, I feel like wide receiver.
Is that what you think it will be?
Yeah, because unless they do some kind of trade back, because the talent just drops off, and I think they need an impact player.
Yeah,
it feels like you can get one of these. We can get one of the tackles later in the second round. One of these guys.
I really think with Mike McCarthy coming in, they're going to want to make an offensive splash. I've thought it ever since he came in. At first, I thought that meant a quarterback. I just think the way that the Landers fell, it's just not really going to make any sense. And so, I think wide receiver is the next best thing.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that more and more now after this. Yeah. All right, cool.
All right, cool.
Nice exercise.
There you go. I did want to mention Mike Tomlin's been picked up by NBC, Football Night in America coverage. What do we think?
I think it'll be great.
He's going to be good, right?
Yeah, definitely.
It'd be interesting to see what he's like now. He's not kind of restricted to a team, and he can say what he actually thinks rather than just word salad.
It will be word salad. It will be full of Tomlinisms though, and everyone's going to love him for it. That's the whole. But
is he going to be able to do it on that bit? Is he going to be able to come up with a new Tomlinism every week?
I think he's got a whole encyclopedia of them.
Yeah.
Gary's asked in the chat, could they go up and get Lemon?
That's what my thinking is.
I don't like that. Well, that's just my personal bias against the player.
But I'm starting to think it might be Cooper that they go up and get. Because originally I would have said that Cooper was going to be there, so you wouldn't need to go up. But I'm starting to wonder if you're going to need to go up even to get Cooper.
I don't know. I don't know if I like that move.
It depends what happens on the night. There's always going to be some weird stuff that happens. And it's about being ready to make the move when something does happen.
Yeah.
Jason's got a good one. Tomlin to go 9-8 with his predictions.
That's world class. Chat's on fire tonight.
Yeah, that's a second great absolute banger from the chat. Oh, very good. I did want to know as well, Kets, you brought up the what number was it? Is it 57? Mr. 57?
Yes. So this is a blatant piece of Heinz sponsorship. They
Not of this show, to be clear.
Heinz, if you're interested, we are available for sponsorship. So this is Heinz saying that Mr. 57 in the draft, i.e., whoever's picked at number 57 by whichever team, is going to win a lifetime supply of Heinz ketchup.
Incredible.
What are you going to do with that? I don't need a lifetime
make some
supply.
sandwiches, have some chips.
Or can you just get it when one bottle runs out? You can get another one sent to you. I don't want like 500,000 bottles of ketchup sent to my house. What do I do with that?
Presumably buy a fridge.
The 57th pick. Kets, you're not putting the ketchup in the fridge.
Would you not? Oh, ring the bell. If we're going here, we need to ring the bell.
Dear.
Am I allowed to do that without Dave? I don't know.
I'm a ketchup in the fridge guy. I got to be honest.
You are a ketchup in the fridge guy.
Yeah.
Seems like a lot more people are ketchup in the fridge guys than I realised.
But I don't use ketchup, it gets used so infrequently that it just stays in the fridge to keep it.
If you put in ketchup in the fridge, are you putting everything in the fridge? Is brown sauce going in the fridge?
Yep.
All the sauces. are in the
All
fridge.
sauces in the fridge generally. Yeah, I think that's
With the exception of
Why?
Henderson's relish.
gentleman's
My
relish.
you just shut
Henderson's
the fridge,
relish.
What do you mean? Why? Because they go off, won't they? If they're stored at
it's
room
not-
temperature.
No. Simply no.
Right. I need a vote on this, people.
Hang on. I'm pretty sure
If
it
you're not in
says.
the WhatsApp chat, please join it. I'm about to put a vote.
I need to ask ChatGPT. Should
Oh, we'll go to the AI. The AI will know.
Where
Famously,
do you keep
famous
your-
user of ketchup.
Yeah.
surely it goes off? Oh, it's recommended but not strictly required.
It's recommended, is it?
Ah, yeah. Ketchup is acidic, so therefore it can be preserved at room temperature. Slows down spoilage and bacterial growth though once refrigerated. So
I honestly, like, I've had ketchup and other related condiments my entire life, and I've never put them in the fridge. Mainly because, like, I don't want the sauce to be cold. Like,
prospective dinner guests are reconsidering going around to Simon's house.
but this isn't weird though. This feels like this is what everyone does. I don't. It's weird to put it in the fridge. I thought, but maybe I'm the weird one.
It just feels a little bit miserable, doesn't it? Like room temperature, coagulated ketchup. I don't know.
Matt Audley says cupboard.
Yes, I knew I could rely on Matt Audley, a man of the people.
Yeah.
Rob Ferguson says on the shelf, never go off with that much sugar in it.
Well, that is true.
Seems-
Jason says Simon is a walking infection control. It goes in the fridge. Tom says AI can do one.
Listen, I agree with Tom on that. I only trust Rob Ferguson on these matters. He's vastly our most intelligent listener. And I don't think that is even any offence to any of us or any of our other listeners.
What about our resident food correspondent? Is he not allowed to say?
Right. That. Why didn't I think of that? Why didn't I think of that? Right, Chris.
Nobody
Grandison,
think of the Patreons.
Chris, if you're listening,
Message him immediately.
let me know. Ketchup in the fridge or ketchup on the shelf? That's the debate for next week. We'll get everyone's thoughts on that next week, actually. Now, what do you want to do about doing a first round mock, Gav?
Let's do it. I'm ready to go.
All right.
After our intermission, our ketchup intermission. This
we'll have a
half time
little
was
ketchup
brought to you by Heinz.
How do you want to
That'll be
split
the
these
day.
teams?
Should we just go round the horn?
Round robin? Yeah.
And Ket's gonna have the first pick. How about that?
All right.
So I wonder what I'll do with this.
It's
Okay,
gonna be so hard as someone who.
you are on the clock. So, how bad's the delay here? I can't tell.
It's about 20
probably
seconds.
Like 15, 20 seconds or so.
Okay, so
So-
I've started it. So you waiting for you to be able to see the board.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too bad once because
Yeah,
as
we
long as
can.
you tell us who goes, we'll know.
Yeah.
Some of them are pretty chalky. So I'm going to go
Well, no,
with...
you'll know who no goes because you're gonna make the picks. But all right.
So the Raiders select Fernando Mendoza, shocking the entire world of absolutely nobody.
Okay, he's taken.
Thank you, Lee. In the cupboard, cold ketchup is weird. Agreed. I would just say this: a lot of our more, shall I say, trusted listeners are agreeing with me.
So Jason's untrusted.
Jason, character's been brought into question a few times. Just say that.
Although he did successfully defeat Callum Mattox this week, so
Yeah, congratulations to the Birmingham Bulls.
he wouldn't forgive us if we didn't mention that.
Yeah.
Right, so who are you picking with the Jets?
Yeah, sorry. Am I the Jets?
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen, I know that the talk is that David Bailey's going to be the pick here, that they want the guy who's maybe more pro ready. And I know there's some questions about a strange incident at a 4 a.m. St. Patrick's night car crash, but I'm going to say Arvel Reese.
The
like
Cardinals.
the
You teased the Cardinals there, thinking you were
Yeah.
going to leave him on the board.
I like the upside. I like the player. I think he's going to be just a better player in the league. And so let's not clutch our pearls too hard at the top of the draft for the Jets.
All right. The Cardinals were hoping because he would have fitted their system a bit better because they run a 3-4. But
Jason says, "Thanks, guys," as we openly question his character on the show.
I think that was more about the Bulls.
Oh, that was more about the Bulls.
Okay. I guess they're still going to take Bailey though because they need all the help they can get on defense. So
okay,
Cardinals are going to take him.
We had a bit of feedback on our Bailey takes, didn't we, from the YouTube world?
We did.
Yeah, we did. We did. But we've had it both ways now, as I say, because we had the Texas Tech gent in the YouTube comments, right, who was very pro Bailey.
Mm.
And then I had a gentleman on Twitter today telling me Bailey was trash and Romello was a better player. So
you can't win them all. All right,
now,
Kets, you're on
I'm
the
assuming we're doing no trades here on behalf of the Titans.
I think so.
Okay, I'll pick.
I mean, you can offer a trade if you want. Oh, hang on a minute. Why can't he offer a trade?
Okay, yeah, all right. We'll do trades if you want. Go on then.
I would say that only the person on the clock can offer the trades, just for ease of, because it's going to be too confusing to figure out who I am.
Okay. So I think the board is wide open there. There's the Ruben Bain factor of it. There's the Carnell Tate factor of it. Sonny Styles is still there. Love is still there. I wonder who would be wanting to come up to 4 and who could afford to come up to 4. That's probably there. Because we saw earlier the cost of going up to 10. So is there someone that would jump from...
Well, yeah, I mean, is there a world, for example, where
the Chiefs
Washington...
maybe something?
I was thinking, maybe even the Chiefs.
No,
I was thinking Washington.
Why would the Chiefs? They've just got Kenny Walker. Why would they come up for Love here?
Who's saying they're coming up for Love? Why would they not go up for Ruben Bain? Why would they not go up for... I don't know, Mariner. Who else is on the board at this point? There's loads of people.
Tate. Carnell Tate.
Yeah, I think the Chiefs would consider it. I mean, if it's me and I'm a GM and I'm sitting there, sort of, maybe not the Giants because they've got a couple of picks, but somewhere in that 6 to 9 region. If you want Ruben Bain, I think he's generational talent. Or if you want Love, albeit as a running back, so it's a different position, and maybe more fungible. But I could see someone going up for Ruben Bain in this spot.
Well, the Titans' 8 minutes have elapsed, and so the Giants are going to pick Jeremiah.
Okay, well, we've highlighted the point. Let's keep it simple then and go with Jeremiah Love.
Okay, Titans select Jeremiah Love.
You do make a great point about the clock, though, Si. That's important.
Okay, Kets, you're on with the Giants. You're on with the Giants.
Right, yeah. The Giants is... You can always say this every year, right? Like, this is where the draft starts at every position. But like, it does feel like there's some combination of those 4 guys are going, and then
the draft starts at 74.
Yeah, right. I think here, Giants. I just struggle to look past a guy with the testing and the length and the just. When you're picking this high, I know the Giants have done it a lot, and maybe this is like a swing for the fences pick, which is a bit too risky. I don't know. I just think Sonny Styles is otherworldly in his athletic testing mixed with his size. And so I think I'm going to go Sonny Styles.
Sonny Styles, okay. Nice pick. Now, the Browns have a real tough choice here because they want both of these players. They want the tackle. They want the receiver. Moaga or Tate. Both are there. And being the Browns, whichever one they take, it will go wrong. So it doesn't really matter which one they take. I think they'd be wise to take Moaga and set up their line, keep their line strong for their quarterback of the future that they're going to find next year. But I think they couldn't resist the fact that they could get the best receiver in the draft, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to go Tate. Commanders are on the clocks with you, Kets.
So, yeah, looking at their needs, running back is kind of basically off the board at this point. Wide receiver has just been gazumped by Cleveland. So I think in that situation, they'd probably go with Caleb Downs. Looking at their top needs, I think he's the best player in the safety position. He's versatile. You can do lots of different things with him. So, yeah, let's go Caleb Downs at number 7.
Okay, Downs is taken. Sire on the clock with the Saints. They can't believe that these two players have fallen, I'm sure. In Moaga and Bain.
Yeah, you've kind of got your choice here, right?
Rumors filling the draft rooms about problems at Miami. Why are these two Miami players both fallen?
I'm going to go
gambling syndicate.
I think I'm going to go for the Saints. I know they could do with building up the line. I know it hasn't worked out with Trevor Penning, but I'm going to go Ruben Bain. I think they want to draft defense. I think they want to take advantage of some nailed on defensive plays at the top of this draft. Give me Ruben Bain.
Okay, he's drafted. So the Chiefs are on the clock now. They're thinking about, do we want Moaga or do we want to trade back? And presumably, they took Simmons last year. They've got him at left guard. They've got Jalen Moore at right tackle. Sorry, left tackle. They've got Jalen Moore at right tackle. I don't think there's enough there to stop them taking the best talent in the draft. So that's what they're going to do. They're going to go Moaga. Okay, Cats, you're on the clock with the Giants.
Yes. Now, will they go receiver here? I don't think their choice is on the screen here, but I think they would look at Tyson as the best. Oh, he's there now. Yeah, as the best wide receiver. There's some question marks about him, but looking at what's coming for the next few picks, there's a few wide receiver needy teams, so I think the Giants will take a view on that. The alternative would be to take Vega because they need guard as well. Or would they maybe look at one of the tackles moving inside? I think ultimately they're going to take Tyson because I think he has the best upside and I think he's a really exciting piece for that offense, which is building. And obviously Tyson is the teammate of the world's most exciting running back who is already with the Giants. So, yeah, I'm going to take Tyson in this spot.
Okay, that's Tyson drafted. Si, you're up with the Dolphins.
Yeah, the wide receiver run is kicking off, and they are over the moon to take Mekhi Lemon at 11.
All right. Lemon's gone, and now it's the Cowboys. Seems like they'd take Monroe Freeling here. So let me just do my homework, make sure that... would they take Vega? They could do. Who have they got? They've got Tyler Smith and Tyler Booker. No, they probably wouldn't take Vega. They got too good. Tyler Guyton. Is Tyler Guyton and Terrence Steele? Terrence Steele's not that great a tackle, is he? No, I think I'm going to take Monroe Freeling for him here. Yeah.
The board's kind of weird there for the for the
Yeah.
Cowboys.
Yeah.
A lot of the guys they
could
would
have gone
want
corner,
gone.
but yeah. All right, Kets, you're on the board with the Rams because the Cowboys took Freeling.
Yeah, I think it's a similarly weird board for the Rams here. They'd maybe look at Fano, wide receiver tackle. Receivers have been dwindling somewhat. We've still got Cooper, we've still got Concepcion, we've still got Boston in terms of that kind of perceived first round talent. I think they'd maybe look at Fano here. I think he's the best of those options for the Rams at this point. Albeit I don't know if that would fit into their line because I don't watch the Rams enough to know.
Yeah, taking Fano?
Yeah.
Okay. Fano selected for the Rams. Sai, you are the Ratbirds.
Well,
We got to get those Baltimore morons beat, man.
the Ravens, a team, often where a great player seems to fall to them, and I think a lot of people have sort of tagged Ione to them, and a lot of people have drafted Sadiq to them. I'm actually going to take, and I don't think he's gone here, although correct me if I'm wrong. And I think this is a need for them, even though it's not going to be listed as one of their biggest needs. I think they nearly ran out of corners last year. Mansour Delane. I think they're very surprised he's available at 14.
Yeah, I think the Bucks equally were hoping that Delane fell, but I could see them taking a corner first round. So they're going to go McCoy here because they lost Jamal Dean to the Steelers, and then they got Zion McCollum, who's worked out pretty well for a fifth rounder, and then they got Jacob Parrish in the slot and Benjamin Morrison. I don't know. It feels like they could do with a big name, sort of big blue chip corner to be starting for them. So there you go. They take Jamal McCoy, move on, and Kets you up with the Jets.
So this could be. Let's just have a look at what we've got here. Sorry, let's have a look at a couple of positions in the background. It's too early for Ty Simpson, I think. Receiver, edge. They'd probably go receiver or edge here, I think. Especially given that the cornerback's just gone. Just have a look at the consensus board. If this will load fast enough. So you've got Messidor, Falk, Cooper. Yeah, I think they'd go. Did they ever pick earlier in the draft? And which one did they pick, if I don't remember?
The Jets took Arvell Reese.
Okay, so receiver could be in play here then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go Omar Cooper Jr. from Indiana.
Okay, selected.
Jets, please.
All right. Sai, you're up with the Lions.
I'm sorry. Just who did you? I'm just following this on my own tracker. Who did Kets just take? Sorry.
Omar Cooper Jr.
Omar Cooper Jr. Good. All right, the Lions. I'll be on late night. I think 3:40 a.m. on the Roar of the Lions show, doing my annual spot as they get.
What, is that during the draft? Is that?
Yeah.
Wow.
On night one.
Have you adjusted for the 8-minute rather than 10-minute pick times?
They have that because originally it was 4 a.m.
Wow.
But then I got bumped up to 3:40 a.m. So, the Lions I think have been tied to tackle a lot. Obviously they've got tight ends, so the slipping Kenyon Sadiq doesn't jump out to them. I'm gonna throw this mock maybe a little bit crazy, a little bit wild here. The Lions like doing things a little bit strange sometimes. They like drafting guys people maybe think the value isn't there or he's going a little bit early for some reason. I'm going to say the Lions for some reason in this scenario have fallen in love with the projection and the upside of Max Ishanashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashashsh.
Okay, some might say that's a bit of a reach. Max Yannick.
Well, no, I know it is, and I acknowledge that some people are saying that he's going to go, top of the second, maybe end of the first. I'm going to say the Lions know this. They don't have another opportunity to take him. They love his upside, and they're like, he's only as valuable as he is, value to us, and the value is we want him. So
fair enough. I think
I'm throwing the mock for a curveball.
No, let's see. Things like this do happen, though, don't they? There's always a few players where they go way
He's like
ahead.
a guy that the Lions could fall for. They've got such strong, athletic line play already that's so well coached.
Is this because Dan Campbell's seen what Vrabel's been getting up to, getting his hands on people, and he wants some of the action?
Hey, if I was Dan Campbell, I would be like, hey, I can get away with anything. In fact, Vrabel can do this and not have to, no one says anything.
Cleverly merging two stories there. Did you get that?
I did.
Yeah, good. Thanks. Just for anyone that missed it. Right, Vikings. I might take. I think they're going to take Vega. The value's too good here. It's perfect. They've got Will Fries and Donovan Jackson. I don't think that stops them from taking Vega. So here you go. Welcome to the Vikings Ball Club. And back round to you for the Panthers, Kets.
I think they take Sadiq here again because of the value.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's a great option for them at tight end there.
Okay. Cowboys. Now the Cowboys took who'd they take? I took Monroe Freeling, the tackle.
Yeah, I think they'd be pretty happy that Messidor's on the board. Still with this pick.
Yeah, Messidor.
Yeah. Can we get the best edge?
Ooh.
Or
I think the Steelers are going to run the card in for Caden Proctor in this draft. So that's who the Steelers are taking, the enormous tackle. And gets Chargers.
No thinking time needed there for Gav.
interesting. The Chargers have got a few options they could go here. Consensus tends to be Peter Woods from Clemson. Looking at some of the mock drafts here. They have needs for receiver, guard, interior, and safety. So Thieneman is in play here. Casey Concepcion could be in play.
Ben Bossington, my man. He's going to be that for me forever now. Bossington.
Yeah. I don't know. I think maybe because there is some depth in receiver here, maybe they would go D-line. Guard is probably... It's a bit early for Pregnon here. Yeah, I think Peter Woods from Clemson would be the pick here for the Chargers.
All right. Si, you're up with the Eagles?
Well, I think the collective Draftnik community has just breathed a sigh of relief because they were halfway through writing all the think pieces about how he's done it again. How does he do it? Another elite white defensive back has fallen to him. And the all-white Philly defensive unit is growing with Dylan Thieneman.
Taken.
If that's the pick for the Eagles, oh my gosh.
Nice pick. Okay, so the Browns earlier took Carnell Tate in what may have been a surprising choice over Muaga. It turns out it worked out perfectly because Blake Miller and Loma are on the board at pick 24, and they're going to go with Miller. There we go. They need, who have they got? They've got DeJuan Jones, who's big and is still working his way out and has had some injuries, but then the other side they're playing Titus Howard, it's a bit of a jag. So I feel like they, having been a team based on strong line play, I feel like they always want to get better on the line. So that's why they go Miller there. Kets, the Bears.
Yes. So I've shot myself in the foot with the previous Peter Woods selection for the Chargers. Center, D-line, or safety? I think the value in center isn't until a bit lower down. Yeah, I think Emmanuel McNeil Warren would probably be the pick here, looking at how the board has fallen.
Okay, taken. Si, you're up with the Bills.
Yeah, the Bills consider taking Casey Concepcion, but they're gonna eat their vegetables and take Pregnon with this pick.
Solid.
Nice. I'm trying to work out if there's a way the 49ers could use Concepcion. It feels like he would be very good in that offense. It's not really a need for them.
Luxury pick.
Yeah, it is a luxury pick. When really they should be taking Caleb Lomu. So,
And oh no, Concepcion's not got injury issues. That's Tyson, isn't it?
yeah, anyone with
Yeah.
injury issues you want to
I was just thinking about the electrical substation.
Yeah.
I want to deal with that, but
yeah, I think that makes most sense. I should do the sensible thing and go with Lomu. So let's do that. So they've taken the tackle. Okay, Kets, back to you with the Texans.
Let's have a look at. Caden McDonald could be in play here. Defensive interior from Ohio State. Don't think they've got particular needs for edge or receiver from the top of my head. Yeah, let's go Caden McDonald there from Ohio State, please.
All right. Size up with the Chiefs.
yeah, Chiefs are absolutely skipping to the podium for Casey.
Okay.
I mean, he's literally called Casey.
Right.
Oh, that'd be awful, wouldn't it? That's
Miami, you can't really get a pick wrong for Miami because they just need help everywhere.
That's why I picked them for the Steelers Depot mock draft.
Yeah. Because no one's going to go, why would they take him? It's like, oh, yeah, I see why they take him.
And they had a lot of picks in the first 3 rounds.
Yeah.
You've picked a football player. Oh, you're right. Okay, yeah, fair point.
Bravo.
But
And they've already taken in this. Who did he take earlier on?
it's good,
They
Rob.
took Makai Lemon.
Oh, they took
already.
they took a receiver. Okay.
Yep.
In that case, I think they need some corner help, so they're going to take Terrell. And Kets you back up with the Pats.
Interesting, because you would maybe, well, from a joke perspective, you'd want to take a tackle for the Patriots because that just writes its own headline. But I don't think the board has fallen particularly favourably for them here. Let's wait for it to load. Again, D-line, we've had a bit of a run on D-line as well. Linebacker, we're probably not in the best spot here. I don't know, would they just take best player available and take Falk here? There's a few edge rushers here. They've got the pick of the bunch, really. Just scroll down slightly, Gav, just so I can see if there's any other options there. I'm thinking Falk for the time being.
You've got Zion Young. You've got Cassius Howell. Caleb Banks on the interior. Malachi Lawrence. Kristen Miller. You've got a few.
Yeah, Caleb Banks is probably the best from a needs perspective, but I don't think the value's there. Potentially a trade candidate here, the Patriots. Yeah, because any of those are going to be a reach, I think.
You don't think they go Boston in Boston?
Maybe Boston, yeah. It could be a shout. I don't know. I keep coming back to Falk in my head.
Because what's it? They've got. I keep forgetting they've got Dobbs, right? They've got Hollins, Romeo Dobbs, and Keishon Butte. It's not.
Yeah,
It doesn't stop them drafting a receiver.
It's not a great room, is it? He's 28, so he's about the right kind of pick. Yeah, okay. You twisted my arm there, Gav. I'm going to go with Boston. Boston to Boston.
Nice. So I would
Send Denzel to Boston.
finish it with the Seahawks, reigning champions.
Yeah, I think they're prime trade back candidates. They're tripping over themselves to tell everyone. But in this scenario, I'm going to stick and pick, just because he's a dog, Caleb Hood.
Wow, Keldrick falls out of the first round.
Yeah, let it happen.
Right.
So that's interesting, that exercise, because that's highlighted to me that potentially, depending on how the board falls, there's a real chance to trade up with one of those two teams and get that kind of end of first round pick. Obviously, you get
I mean, that's certainly
you get the fifth year option as well.
Yeah, that option is certainly on the table if the Steelers want to do it. I think a really interesting question for me in this draft is there any smoke about getting back into the first round from anyone, not really the Steelers even, but just anyone, about Ty Simpson? And if not, then how long does he have to wait on day 2 to go? Because how long he waits, I think, directly correlates to how long then you're going to wait to see the run on the rest of those quarterbacks. If you remember last year, there was a real kind of gap between quarterbacks being taken, and then I can't remember who it was. It was like the Packers took, like, who was it, that random old dude, like the 4th round, whatever. It just, you can never quite predict when that run starts, especially with quarterbacks in that second tier after the kind of the ones that everybody wants go.
Yeah.
Like, when does that someone ends up taking Drew Aller, right? And you might end up, even though we all say 3rd round, you might end up sitting here waiting until the 5th round until anyone takes any of them.
Does the league feel higher on Ty Simpson than it did on why is his name escape me?
Tyler Shook.
No. Tyler Shook's a good one. Geno Smith was the other one. Geno fell, didn't he? Was in a similar place. Will he go in the first? Will he go in the second? Ended up going in the second.
Right.
Is Ty Simpson a better prospect than Geno Smith was?
I don't remember how good a prospect Geno Smith was. Is he a better prospect than Lamar Jackson was? He went 32.
That's different, isn't it? That was all upside.
That was a trade back in.
Yeah.
32. But yeah, you're right. Yeah, that was all upside.
I think he's better than. I think I feel better about Simpson than I did about Shook, and Shook's perhaps proved me wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. So far, always can. That's the thing with these quarterbacks. You really don't know. You can try and you can have your takes, but some of these guys are going to surprise you.
Because it was weird last year, everybody was drafting Shador top 10 just because that's what the mock draft was telling everybody. This is what's going to happen. And it's like the teams looked at it and went, nah, we're all right, thanks.
Yeah.
So then all of a sudden it was, big shock. NFL's not doing what everybody thinks it's going to do. But you looked at the tape and there was questions there. It's really interesting. And then next year you've got maybe Arch comes out, Dante Moore, DJ Lagway, Julian Sayin. There's a few quarterbacks, Lenoris Sellers. We've talked about John Mattia. Next year is going to be really interesting with quarterbacks. So it depends on how many teams have got an eye and a half on next year compared to how many have got, okay, we kind of need something this year. But that kind of consensus QB board is Ty Simpson, then there's a gap, then it's Carson Beck, Nussmeier, Aller, then there's a gap, and then it could be anybody beyond that. So, yeah, be interesting to see where that run happens. I think it's going to be interesting. I think somebody might take Pavia. I think someone will fall in love with him. I don't think he'll wait to 301, which he is on the consensus at the minute.
What did you think of the Gruden QB school with Pavia? Did you see it?
No, not seen it.
Oh, I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Thought you'd be all over that.
What do you think?
I can't remember who it was, but I heard someone refer to him this week as the the Cam Scatterboo of quarterbacks.
Right, that's definitely frat boy.
And
If
I
you want a
totally
frat
see
boy
it,
at
yeah.
quarterback,
Totally get it. Totally see it. I think it makes total sense. In fact, maybe the Giants should take him just in case, so that as soon as, oh my God, what's that guy called? Just escaped my brain.
Jackson Dart.
Jackson Dart. As soon as Jackson Dart goes down, instead of having to send a Brian Dable into the blue tent, God knows where he is now, but whoever they've got to replace him, instead of having to send someone into the blue tent, just wax up Pavia on the sideline and slip him right in. You can run the same offense.
Gross.
Oh, with if Jordan Tyson ends up there as well, I'm buying a blue jersey.
So
That's the thing dreams are made of.
what do we think about our mock draft we just did there? So Bain falling to 8, Moaga falling to 9. Do we think that's possible?
Yes, yeah, I think absolutely. Because I think it depends. Because what I think you saw with the top 8 picks there before Bain is that we really had the name brands go right. There wasn't too much concern about position. You had Jeremiah Love, Sonny Styles, Caleb Downs all go. And I think that's realistic in this draft. I think it's very possible that you see the edges and some of the wide receiver names we're talking about falling into the teens, and these name brand guys, these athletic freaks at positions of lesser value going really high. And that might extend to guys that we even had going a little bit later. I think Mansour Delane fell, and he should be potentially going in the top 9 picks. Yeah, I think every year. I remember last year. I thought this, and I was like, I must remember this next season. As we get to this point in the process, like the draft cognoscenti, if you will, have coalesced around the same sort of 30 names, right? That are definitely going to be first round picks, and it never works out that way. There's going to be, that's why I threw in the I can't say his name, Ahonacho.
Yeah.
That's why I threw him in so high, because I think that with the upside that he offers and the fact that I think he's gaining a lot off the idea and the concept of what happened with the Eagles and God, I'm so bad with names today. What's wrong with me? The tackle from Australia. What's his name? I can't remember right now. Too late.
Yeah, it is too late. Why are we all tired and weird today?
I don't know. I had a long day. I walked into town today. That's a lot for me.
Well done. Leaving the house always a bonus.
Jordan Mailata.
Thank you. Yeah, I think he's gaining a lot off the idea that he could be the next Jordan Mailata, and I think I could see a team falling in love with that idea and taking him early. Who knows? I think that goes for a lot of people. There's a lot of guys that jump out to me as guys that could go a lot earlier than we expect. We had Casey Concepcion falling all the way to 29 in this draft. Could he go in the top 10? Would it absolutely floor you if he did?
Yeah, he's not going top 10. Surely not.
Well. It just depends who people like in this receiver group. I mean, I just think we've all coalesced around the same names very easily, and I think we all accept that Tate's going to go first, or at least in the top 10. But then, I don't know, plateau more than people expect.
Yeah, there's always the potential, like, left field pick. Admittedly, less so now. Bill Belichick's not around making picks, but yeah, there's always the potential that something crazy could happen. And as soon as one thing happens, it all of a sudden, like the rhythm and the consensus picks that have been made by everybody, all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, this guy's available, so we'll take them instead of,
Yep, that's how it happens every time.
Yeah.
That's an interesting thing. Before we go though, I think this would be a fun thing. Let's all try and pick a name out. Let's say, there's a good line to put this. Let's say below. Let me go to the consensus board. Draft database. Should we say like below 45 or below 50? Maybe a guy who's going to go in the first round that no one's expecting.
We're going to pick one. All right, below 50.
Yeah. I'm just wondering how
okay.
In
the first round. Well, it's funny because early in the draft process, Lee Hunter's name was getting thrown in the first round by Daniel Jeremiah. I didn't think he was that good, but Jeremiah did. He's now down at 52, so he's one. He's a potential. Yeah,
Caleb Rutledge is 51. He could go in the first round.
So I think some of the guys we've talked about. So Bernard or Pregnon or Dunker. One of those three.
All right, I'm gonna say Rutledge.
Eli Stowers, perhaps. He's 48, but it wouldn't surprise me if he's knocking the back end of the first.
Yeah, I mean, I think Jacob Rodriguez is a good shout, but he's only 44, which wasn't the name of the game, was it? It was after 50.
After 50. All right, let's all put one name down. Let's make it official so someone can win this.
Post 50.
Post 50. Who are you going with, Gav?
So it's like pointless. The lowest correct pick wins.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I like that.
So you've gone with Rutledge, right, Si?
Well, now I want to readdress that because now I've heard that if I go lower, I could win.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's the tiebreaker. I'm going to put my chips on Jennings Dunker from Iowa, 63. I think that's a good onion hanger. No, I'm going to change that.
Go on then.
Caleb Tiernan, 67, Northwestern offensive tackle.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe a tackle. That's the one position where they get
He's
reached
not
on a lot.
really been talked about, but I really liked his tape.
Where are you going, Si?
I'm going to stick at... I'm going to say Chris Brazel.
Brazzers.
Wide receiver, Tennessee. 6'5".
Wow.
Super quick. Testing
There's a reason why he's 54, though, Si, unfortunately.
Testing freaks, though. You never know.
Yeah, maybe that. And whoever is buying that one is they're doing that reach. They don't believe that Tennessee offense is the problem.
Yeah.
Which he might not, because he played, where did he play? Tulane or something, wasn't it, before? Or was it Toledo? Somewhere. He played somewhere like that, one of those teams before, and he was good. So there is a possibility that he might be the first Tennessee all right wide receiver. In that case, I'll go Bernard, Jeremy Bernard.
All right. Oh, okay. Right next to each other.
Yeah.
You've pipped me with a slightly lower prospect, 56.
Yeah. And I think he's possibly more likely. I'd have him above Brazil on my board personally. But
all right.
We'll see. All right.
We'll
fun.
see if any of us get that one. Cool. All right. Anything else you want to mention on the show before we head away?
What are your plans for draft night? Just at home on the TV.
Yeah. Chloe's we're gonna watch draft day tomorrow for the annual watch. She's more excited than I am for the draft day watch this year.
Oh yeah.
Seems.
She's looking forward to it. Does she actually like the movie then?
Well, I don't think so, but I think she likes maybe just the annual
ritual.
nature of putting it on and me pausing it and complaining about the same scenes every time.
Yeah. It's like a Christmas movie, but
yeah, we can't get like past the first scene where Jennifer Garner's like complaining about being pregnant to Kevin Costner without me pausing it multiple times to point out things that are wrong with the ticker and the NFL Network of 2014. Yeah.
I can just imagine you pausing and going, right, and then just going to an absolute rant.
I'm pretty sure we did exactly this, and I did do exactly that.
And then
There's no way that would happen.
And then pause at the end of the credits and go, it wasn't full of heart from start to finish.
From start to finish.
It wasn't. Where is the heart?
There's some heart.
There's some heart, but it's not full of it.
Not full. No. Is it full of it? I don't know.
Just like some of the things that the GM is not aware of. Like you could play a bingo card with that.
When he comes into the room, honestly, what we need to do really is less so like because obviously we can all quote all these different scenes in the movie, but we almost need to just sit down and just write down like top 10 just things about draft day, and it can just be like lines or scenes or bits or just side characters or whatever. I like when he comes in and they're all talking about like like he's told them to do scouting on Bo Callahan, right? Because they didn't expect to have the first pick. And so he comes in and they're all just looking around at like the chicks that he screwed.
Yeah.
He's apparently got a website devoted to just the different women that he's slept with.
I was thinking about that scene earlier, and there's a beautiful bit where the other guy goes, the guy on the left goes, oh yeah, but I've played quarterback, and his mate just quietly goes in the background, Division 2. I just thought that was really funny.
Do you know what the funny gets is that's exactly what I was thinking of, was that exact exchange. And you
Yeah.
just verbalized it.
I'd never
Division
noticed that
2.
Division 2 comment before, and I was just watching it a bit earlier. It's just like, that just made me laugh.
I think that's the
CBS.
beauty of Draft Day in a movie like this that you do watch over and over again, is that every time you do pick up on these little minor side things that occur.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it, man. It's great. It's
It's a
great.
great film. The more you watch it, the more you see as well.
Yeah, and it's funny that by now it's become like not only my most watched film of all time, but like vastly like it's Draft Day and then like a long gap and then Pulp Fiction and then like another long gap, because it's the only movie that I watch without fail every year.
Yeah, so what is that 10, 12 watches?
At least at this point, and I've definitely watched it multiple times a couple of those years.
Wow. Seems like
Excellent.
You should need to do a draft party where that could be, become a bit of a. You could organise a thing there where or a watch party, have a draft day movie, and then the draft. That'd be a good thing to do.
Yes.
Live Draft Day watch. I do think, when the viewership of this great show dries up one day, maybe I'll just launch a Draft Day podcast, and it'll just be weekly episodes about the movie Draft Day.
Wow.
Please, can I be on that?
Yeah.
That sounds like a hell of fun. Question number 1. Why do they trade 3 future first-round picks away before trying to work out, is Bo Callahan any good?
Any good? Yeah. Well, we know why, Ket. It's because he was under great pressure from ownership. He took him to a water park that very morning and told him to make a splash.
Ironically, the GM kind of, in a weird way, did a good job, other than the whole trade. If you ignore all the trade nonsense that goes on,
He's doing what his boss told him.
Vontae Mack, no matter what, was the right pick in that draft.
Yeah.
But he just spent all day pissing about, throwing picks against the wall, then picking them back up off the floor, and then...
He took his cousins tumbling that morning. Where was Bo Callahan? That's what I want to know.
And what's that watch about? My dad asked this. What kind of watch is that? Like,
yeah, strange.
And then the vibe check on the nunchuck kind of style phone case thing that he's got.
It's what is it when you wear it on your fist?
Like a knuckle duster kind of thing.
Knuckle duster. Yeah, it's a knuckle duster phone case. Yeah.
That's mental. Would that not be made of flimsy plastic? Is that not going to be overly heavy for its purpose?
I mean, he's got like an iPhone 5S. It's like 2013 or 2012. Like,
That's true. I like the fact his mum criticises him for selling the horse for magic beans.
You've sold the horse for magic beans. Thanks, Mom. Honestly, the mom is the number one hated character in that film for me.
Is she in the draft day community?
The mom is terrible, because I'm like, he's got all this stuff going on, and then she's just showing up. She's like losing her mind. She's screaming at him like he's got a what? Really, honestly, do you know what's funny about? Have you seen the movie Boiling Point?
Is that which one?
There's a couple of years.
It's Stephen Graham. It's like he's.
No, I haven't seen it.
It's all done in a one, like, so it's all one shot. And it's basically the idea is like just him getting more and more like worked up in this stressful situation. So, like Uncut Gems, if anyone's seen Uncut Gems, it's similar to that, right? Where it's just constant building. There's a version of Draft Day, I think, where it's from significantly better creators, where like it's made in that ilk, where it's like either it's done in one shot or it's like made so that the audience feels that constant. Because I think that's what the film's going for, right? It's trying to make you feel the tension that Kevin Costner's getting, and that's why he's getting it from all angles, right? He's getting it from his mom, he's getting it from his boss, he's getting it from his wife in the closet. Well, not his wife, his mistress.
Mistress in the cupboard, yeah.
Yeah, he's getting it from his new PA who doesn't know what he's doing with Adam Schefter calls. He's getting it from the head coach who thinks he's better than him. He's getting it from the scouts. And I think like there's a world where they make the Draft Day movie, right? But like it makes you feel that tension, right? And that could be an amazing film. So that's not the film we got.
So that's what they were aiming for, but you just don't feel it.
Yeah.
That's a great question, actually. Who has the worst day in that film? There's quite a list of candidates. So the assistant, he gets his laptop launched against the wall. Everybody's basically shouting at him the whole day.
Oh, I've got an answer. Bo Callahan's agent is having a tough day. He's never getting picked by any serious number one overall pick ever again.
Why does Bo Callahan have a really like deep South Tennessee sort of Texas type accent, but he's a Wisconsin Badger? I think he played for, was it Washington before that? I think from.
Yeah, I don't know where he came from.
That's just ridiculous.
Mm.
And then you've got Sam Elliott just randomly playing the Wisconsin coach, and you
Sam
go,
Elliott.
"What a
Sam
guy!"
Elliott popping up in that film is one of the most unhinged, like 5 seconds of movie. Like, how did that even occur?
I don't know.
And
It's just some of my best
you know,
work.
yeah, and you know what? That is the best performance in the film. Is that like seriously? Like
2-second cameo.
that cameo from Sam Elliott is the most convincing performance in the entire film by far. Where he's like, "Yeah, my quarterback, Bo Callahan, number 1 overall pick and prom king, and like whatever, has no friends." Sure, it just hangs up on him. It's great.
Oh,
Nice.
what a
What a film.
great film! The
Right.
more you look, the more it's just like running back at 7, linebacker at first overall. Like, it's just mental.
Yeah. The head coach. What is going on there? I mean, keeps just pulling out his ring, showing it off to everyone.
Yeah.
Tries to intimidate Jennifer Garner at lunch.
And then just the fact that they go, "Oh, I want David goddamn Putney, a punt returner," as if that's going to be like the real deal breaker in the final
It's
trade.
the way that he pauses it, like he puts the phone on mute and then looks around and goes, "What do we need?" And it's like the capologist and the woman that he's porking in the fucking stationery cupboard, who says, "Ask for Putney."
It's the fact that they're just the most unhinged war room of all time.
It is unhinged. It's got the guy out of Veep that everyone hates.
The fact you've got Jennifer Garner putting out the fire in the office
Yes.
between the GM
Just
and
walks
the
in,
head coach.
just casually puts out the fire and calls them babies. It's like, would anyone like any tea? Make it yourself.
Do you want any coffee? Yeah, sweet and sugar. Get it yourself. Something like that. Then you've got the coach going behind the GM's back trying to negotiate trades.
Right,
You've
yeah.
got the fact that it was the playbook that was set on fire. That was funny.
Yeah.
Then there was
Yeah.
the ridiculous story. Sorry, I'm going down the rabbit hole here. The story about the $100 bill taped to the back of the playbook, and the fact that Brian Drew sent it back and said,
Ask
"Keep
me
your
who it
money on
was,
the
Sonny.
Super Bowl."
Ask me who it was who sent the $100 back. Who was it? Brian Drew, Sonny. It was Brian Drew. As if that revelation is like, oh my God, we've won the Super Bowl now.
And you've got the team owner that doesn't know who they're going to pick first thing in the morning, and then goes to the draft wearing sunglasses when it's indoors.
Has the conversation with the commissioner, gets the jersey printed, and then
Rudely interrupts the commissioner's conversation as well, by the way.
I love
so
the
good.
interaction with Kevin Costner and Brian Drew
Yeah.
in the locker room, where he's like, you didn't draft me, your dad drafted me. I drafted you. I told your dad to draft you.
I rang up from San Francisco to draft you. What a film.
All right, well, we got a good 20 minutes of
That's the
reminiscing
deepest
about
of
that.
deep dives into that movie.
Yeah.
That's the most I've ever done on a UKSP movie content part of the show, which I never have an opinion on.
Yeah,
Draft day, though, I've got 20 opinions.
Clearly.
filled with heart from start to finish. Maybe not heart, but it was certainly filled with something.
It was
I'll
filled.
give it that.
Yeah,
It was filled.
There was no missing scenes.
Terry Crews shows up as the dad of the running back.
Yes.
Like, why? just
You play for Cleveland just like I did, son.
Yeah. All right, let's get out of here.
You only get drafted once.
Yeah.
Thank you to everyone who's followed all the draft coverage, especially if you're still here at the 2.5 hour mark of this show. Thank you to Mark and everyone who has shouldered the majority of the draft coverage this year, who've done an excellent job, and to Gav and to Stephen and everyone working on the back end as well, and all the cut-ups and the graphics and the website and everyone. Great work. What a well-oiled machine has been put together here, Gav.
I know, it's really popping off. It's great.
It's great to see. It's an honor to be a part of. Follow the show at UK Steelers Pod. Follow me at I Wrote This. Follow Gav at GM Boom. Follow Kets at Kets UK. Follow Mark's Escapades in Pittsburgh at Mesh NFL.
Enjoy the draft, everyone.
Enjoy the draft. We'll know our picks. We'll know our haul when we speak to you next.
Exciting.
For the last time, signing out. Go Steelers.
Go Steelers.
Go Steelers.
They wonder.
Go on then. Where are you going to go? Where are you going to go? You're not going to go anywhere. I'm going. Illegally.
Doesn't impress me.
Dog. Can I have anyone old? Can I have anyone thin?